That got caught. That was perfect. All right.
And we're off.
Mm-hmm. Beyond the Crystal Cave. Yeah, I'm curious to see how long this adventure goes. You know, if we finish early with the October break, you know, that's the nice thing about the Infinite Quest. There's like other ones, or maybe it'll inspire a new Grey Hollow one.
It's gonna take forever. It's
Who knows? And it's so hard with your group, with you guys. But the good news is you guys can take your time RPing. We're not going to be in a rush, so. And a friendly reminder again, remember that don't assume that what you are using is the same as you were using in 2014. There could be some variety to it. Avray is broken. On Sunday, I looked up Spirit Guardians. I'm like, oh, it's exactly the same, using this little lookup option in there. So don't rely on Avray. Yeah. All right, we're in it to win it.
Great.
It's twilight on the streets of Grey Hollow, and the street lamps lighting cobblestone streets have decided to glow varieties of red and white, though no one has unraveled the how and why they change. Some strange things in Grey Hollow are left to mystery. A late summer breeze runs its final moments through the streets and trees, for tonight the harvest moon rises. It tells the leaves goodbye until next time, and I'm sorry. Tomorrow the breeze will have changed to an autumn breeze and begin to take what has so long helped grow. Various parties, celebrations with much libation peek from corners, parks, homes, and even a few barns on the outskirts of town. We see the Laughing Moon Inn in the middle of town, an obvious spot to spend a night celebrating the turning of the moon. Whitewashed and large, its second floor swells over the first like a belly in a belt. Those who have the patience to watch could watch the sign outside, and behind its beautiful silver script that reads The Laughing Moon, a moon beginning to peak, just as it is in the sky. And if they were also mad and watched the sign through the whole night, the moon would mimic the harvest moon in all of its phases through and through. And tonight there's also a lunar eclipse. All of this with the moon having its trademark laughing face. It's a lovely trick. But do not worry. There is an eclipse tonight, and there is a sign, and that is a sign of ill omen to some. But for those in Grey Hollow, it is a sign of true love. For even here in the darkest of night and at their farthest stretches from each other, still the sun touches the moon and with their love. Inside the Laughing Moon, laughter, shouts, clinks and clanks of glass and metal cups, and the gentle strumming of a lute spill into the street. Outside, the last summer breeze rocks the sign of the Laughing Moon. And that brings us into the Laughing Moon. A very cozy inn. I know one of our party members is a Goliath, not saying you're already in this space, but if you were, you would have to be a little bit hunched over. Even for humans, it's a little bit more cramped. If it's like for us, if you step into an older house and like, oh, people were shorter back in the day, it has that kind of swelling feeling in it, but hardwood, warm light from a fireplace and from the lanterns throughout. And then there are also these little flowers glowing with strange, almost moonlight. Who wants to already be in the Laughing Moon Inn having a drink celebration? You guys can know each other. Again, this is all fresh off the burner, so you don't have to know each other. Anybody want to step up to what they would be doing to be celebrating the harvest moon?
I think Kane, which is a dragonborn, a blue dragonborn, with a lance strapped on his back. And it's not like a size of a spear, but it's a pretty large lance, like a war lance. He'd be he'd probably be like trying to challenge people into like arm wrestling matches, drinking the booze,
Oh yes.
and he looks very intimidating, but maybe to some he's not very intimidating. But
The most
he does have a
swole little halfling you ever seen in your life is there. He's good-natured. He's not a ruffian by any means. A lot of the people inside of the Laughing Moon are more of your working day farmhands, farmers, blacksmiths. Everyone's more on the up and up. This is not very much of a rough and tumble kind of place, right? But it's a halfling. He's rough. He's big. He's like the biggest little halfling you've ever seen in your life. Swole. He's like, oh, you want to do arm wrestling?
oh,
Charles! 2 whiskeys over here. Put a little bit of that pumpkin spice in it for a celebration. Set it right down right here. And as he calls out Charles, you guys see the owner and operator of the Laughing Moon. And it is Charles, a tabby cat. Literally a cat. At the counter, like cat-sized, everything. He does have like a little hat on, but you do see like he's using Mage Hand. And he's like, coming right up. All right, send this over to Kane. Are you a local? Do you think they would know your name? Like, they know you by name here?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think he's traveled from afar. This is just one of his local stops.
Love it.
He's been here before, but he's not a local.
See these 2 whiskeys, and you see like a little bit of he's putting some sort of like strange little spice in it. They're calling it pumpkin spice, but who knows what it is, into shots of whiskey. And the mage hand kind of floats it over. It's like, for you, Hubert, and you to the Dragonborn, enjoy. That's going on your tab, Hubert. Yeah, that's fine. All right. Boosh! Our big old muscular halfling arm goes on the table. Very small, though, like short, right? He's like, bring it on, mate. Let's go. Let's see what you got.
All right. Puts out his arm too, and maybe his pinky out. Depends on how small this halfling.
But yeah, you only have to do like 3 hands, right? Well, how about this though? Like he's short and everything, but then he's got one of those like freakishly large hands for a halfling. So like you at first you think, and you just see these mittens of hands for him, and they like wrap around you. Dragonborn, right? So you're really big naturally already. So he barely gets around your hand.
Yes. You ready for this?
Oh, you better. I've been training for this my whole life. Bring it.
I don't want to embarrass you your whole life.
Nah. We'll see who's
All right.
embarrassing who at the end of this. All right, strength check.
Strength or athletics?
It's just gonna be a straight strength check.
Okay. Oh. Perfect. Get him low.
I got a 13 with a +3.
All right. Ooh,
What'd you roll?
+3.
Remember, I can't see
11.
your rolls. You got 11 total. Yeah, you're gonna have to call out rolls. Average broken. 11. So you're starting. It's like I remember. I don't like to do one and done. Right. So he's now in the lead. You guys see this halfling. Is anybody in the space seeing this happening? Is it catching your curiosity, your attention?
Thalen is not
So-
there yet.
Some betting is beginning to
I
happen
was-
as it's going on. So if you feel like your character might like to get into a little bit of gambling, a little side betting's going on around it. Good-natured side betting.
My character definitely would not be taking part in any betting, but like Mike is definitely there. She's been there for a little bit, probably nursing like a cheap beer in the corner, just kind of watching everything go down. And when she sees the shenanigans kind of starting to occur, she'll probably just like chuckle to herself, take another swig of beer, and yeah, that's all she's gonna do right now.
So
She's
you are a
really
Goliath,
just-
right?
Yes.
So do
So
you
she's like-
envision her very, very tall?
Yeah, she's pretty tall, bulky. I mean, like really bulky. And so she's like, imagine like she's like hunched and like kind of curled up, like have you ever seen like I don't know if you've ever sat in like a child's chair when you're a grown up, but like that's kind of the vibe, you know, like your knees are
Yeah.
really high up and you're kind of scrunched over a
And
little
kind of how I
bit.
describe how
Into
this
the
was a little bit more of a
chair.
cramped place, right? You're definitely like
Yeah.
Gandalf in Bag
The
End, right?
hobbits.
Yeah, it's just like a little bit cramped in here.
Yep.
Love it.
So she's
So
kind
you're
of
just
sitting in the
enjoying it.
corner, people watching, and you know, trying to take up as little space as possible. And you know,
Somebody
she's
does
just got
accidentally like bump into you. You see a lady, like one of the servers, she's going through and she accidentally bumps into you. Oh, excuse me.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
sorry.
Oh.
Pardon me.
Do you think they would know your name here?
Yeah, probably. She's a local girl, goes to the same pub once a week, same day. You know, like that's
Yeah.
definitely her vibe.
Kind of how I describe these folks, right? A lot of them are farmers and such. Like I feel like this could be your people in a way. Oh, sorry, Micah. You think I would have seen you there, but I didn't. I apologize, love.
Oh, no worries.
Do you think
He's,
do you want a drink? Are you good? Do you need a top off?
Oh, I'm okay. She holds up her mostly empty lukewarm beer.
Oh, don't drink too fast. That's not if you need anything, love. Okay. She kind of goes slipping off into it. All right, we're still freeze framed over there, right, with Kane and this like swollen half. Anybody else want to kind of like jump in on anything here?
I mean, she's definitely like Micah's like looking over consideringly at both of them, just kind of being like trying to like gauge which one
come
is
back.
going to take.
Yeah, there's a
the
lot
lead.
of good-natured competition.
Good-natured druid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the way full circle.
Guys, I've been fighting against my nature for too long. You don't understand.
Our buddy Robert's in chat and he says he loves all your guys' new characters. Everything looks great. Thanks, Robert.
Aw.
Thank you.
Robert likes to hang out.
Thanks, Robert.
You're welcome.
He
You know
was
what?
in some of our one shots we've been doing with the Monday dudes. He's been playing Drawley. We built a paladin for him based off of the wardens from Wheel of Time, completely homebrew, so he can
Okay,
like bond
yeah.
with spellcasters and stuff. It's pretty cool. Anyways, that's Robert. All right, so bringing you back to you, Thalen, like you said, full circle, or are you just about full circle back to Kane?
Back to Elwyn.
Back to
My first
Elwyn.
character that I played with this group was very endearing, very like earnest druid.
Hmm.
And he was just saying I've come full circle.
Full
Gotcha.
circle.
All right. In that case, if no one wants to jump in or add any context or anything else to this or wrinkles to this, Kane, let's get another strength check.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, another 13 total. So now you guys are back to the middle. One success and one success. Next one wins it. Yeah. Yep. Last one. That's a one success and a
Oh,
one
no.
success.
11 again.
A natural 2 for a total of 5. And bam! Hey! And there's like everyone's the few people who are gathering or whatever. I'm just tossing ideas out there, Micah, but I almost imagine like a timid clap from you. Do you think like oh that was it entertaining? Not to force it on you, but I'm just pulling you into the moment and giving you ideas for your character. How does she react when like and everyone cheers to it? Does she just stay the way she is?
I think she would kind of like she'd put her beer down and give like a little like a boarded movement, like she'd like half stand up, realize her mistake, sit back down, and just start like clapping.
No pressure, but Tula, not to put you on the spot, but are you okay if the halfling knows who you are and kind of like draws you into it?
Yeah.
And you know this halfling as his name is Hubert.
Hubert the halfling.
Hi, Tula. You see this old...
Strong arm.
I'm Hubert Strongarm, yes. He knows what's going on. Good Russell, mate. Good Russell. Tula, keep an eye out for this one. He might take us and break us in half. Strong lad. But I
All
did...
rounds on him, the loser.
Oh, no. Already bought you some
For
whiskey.
everyone.
I think they agree. No. He's like, hey, Hubert. No. Charles, I did not agree to that. I heard you. You're good. From the tabby on the counter.
You just see Tula nod her head as she's like jittering.
It's like, okay, cool, yes, yes.
Oh, like jittering,
Find
like
another one.
another one.
Another one. She's like a really addict for coffee.
Yeah.
So another
Uh,
one.
A cheater.
Coffee, please.
Charles the tabby calls out over. It's like, Tila, do you want another espresso martini?
Yes, please.
Right. Just go and make it two. And take it to one of them in the back, and they're like mixing it. Like, and there's like a little espresso martini comes whoop, flying, mage hand out to you through all the chaos.
And then she's pointing at Kane. Get him! Wrestle! Yeah.
Russell,
Oh.
okay.
Whoa.
That kind, right?
Like, there's not enough room in here for us to be wrestling, folks. All right, maybe
King.
in a little bit.
Kane's already up in the air.
No, Kane,
About the-
Kane, sit down. Charles, I didn't start this fight. Okay, go ahead and roll a strength check if you want. Or like, okay, well, actually, let's do this. Let's explore the new grapple rules.
Did somebody say wrestling?
Ooh.
Micah would get in on that.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, grab
Let me brain catch up. Grappling is different. Is new in
Mhm.
2024. Oh, I'm gonna test myself with all my DM whirlwind to
Micah,
see if I know if I remember
100%.
what it was.
Wrestles with the lads on the farm, you know, like all the other staple hands and like, you know, like rough and tumble kind of games.
Love it. I think you declare the grapple and then you have a DC. You have a DC for your grapple. Just straight up. I wonder, let's see, you are Kane. Because it's technically supposed to be an unarmed strike. Yeah, so if you click on your unarmed strike, it tells you
Plus proficiency plus your strength.
yeah, it'll on D&D Beyond, if you clicked on arm strike, it tells you can grapple and shove here. Does it tell us your DC like conveniently somewhere? Is my next question. I'm wondering
I
if you.
don't see it.
I wonder if it, which is kind of sucks.
Okay, yeah, so if I click on the name Unarmed Strike and I go
Mhm.
down to grapple, the target must succeed on a strength or dexterity saving throw. It chooses which, or it has the grappled condition. The DC for the saving throw and any escape attempts equals 8 plus your strength modifier and proficiency bonus. This grapple is possible only if the target is no more than one size larger than you, and if you have a hand free to grab it.
I wish they would just give you that DC somewhere in your stuff real quick. I bet we
Well-
could do a custom thing for you. I'm
So
talking out
it-
loud
so
for
it's
like
gonna be a
future stuff.
15,
Right. Let me do.
because it's a 3 and a 4, 7, 8. Yeah,
I do
15.
this. Grapple DC.
There's a lot of
15.
stuff like that where the way they set up how they list things out, like when you look at the new classes, well, not the new classes, but the classes and the new rules, it like doesn't put the levels for like the different like subclass features, and you have to scroll up and like see where they are. It's just like lots of things like that where it's like not fully thought through. Like
Yeah,
how
they're
things are
still. I
done.
think they're. Even the old D&D Beyond or Character Sheet didn't always have everything, but it'll be.
Oh yeah.
Oops. Oh, did I just delete it? Yeah, I'm figuring out how because the whole point of use is to be like quick information gathering. So what I think would
Yeah.
be the easiest thing is grapple.
So basically,
DC
you need to make a saving throw of
15. Action.
15.
Display as attack. So if you refresh your page, what I did is I made a custom action for a quick reference. So now your action's at the bottom, and so grapple DC 15. So in the future, if you do it again, it's just, or shove, it'll be the same
That's
thing.
your strength plus proficiency.
8 plus strength plus
Yes.
proficiency. Yep. He's strong boy. But the target is to choose between acrobatics or
Right.
no, or is it a saving throw?
So you choose a strength or dexterity saving throw.
Strength or dexterity saving throw. Okay.
Yep.
Mm.
So he definitely would be a strength-based character. Is it,
Is it a saving throw or a check?
it's
Saving throw.
it's a saving throw. Yeah.
'Cause my-
Interesting, that's weird.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because he has to
I
beat by
have,
15.
I
Nope.
have a feature that gives me advantage on. Let me see the language of it. You have advantage on any ability check you make to end the grappled condition.
Yeah, so that's the initial, right? Does it say after? What happens after the
Any
fact?
ability check you make to end the grappled condition. So I think that's when it happens and anytime after. Because at any point you're just trying to
Yeah,
end
it does
the
say
grapple,
and
right?
any escape attempts equals 8.
He has to beat the 15 all the time.
What feature are you looking at?
Powerful build.
Powerful build.
That'd be
Ooh, here's a
Goliath,
question.
right?
Here's a question.
Yeah.
Is the Goliath race an updated one?
Yes.
Okay, so
It's
this is an
2024
updated
race.
feature. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You are Micah. Yeah, I wonder if that's incorrect. I feel like I have been seeing stuff more leaned towards saves.
Oh, here's what it is. So the initial roll is
A
a
save.
save, but then
But then the
after to
subsequent ones are
escape a
checks.
grapple
It's a
are
check- a
checks.
check,
So I
okay.
think it's saying you don't have advantage on that initial check, or the
Mhm.
save, but on the ability checks, if you do get grappled, you have advantage on those.
Where'd you
my
find that? Did you
interpretation.
find it in the what I'm assuming is the dictionary at the end now?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
like grappling
Yeah, that's one
So
good thing about the new
strength checks
2024. They
or
do
athletic
Like
checks
the index.
subsequently.
glossary.
Glossary.
a grapple creature can use its action to make a athletics or acrobatics check.
Okay.
Yeah. So the DC doesn't change, but it sounds like you get a better chance if you're proficient in those things afterwards, right?
Right.
Cool. Again, kind of giving you guys as players a little bit more like opportunity to grapple, right? At least get it out the gate. You know, let's make that a strength saving throw instead of a crazy high athletics check. Cool. All right. So you have grappled Hubert. What do you do with him?
Oh, that when I was jumping on him, basically I land.
So
Kinda
we'll change the
force
grapple
him
into a
down.
yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So since he's talking to not Lupa, is it
Tula.
Lupa? Tula. So as he was talking to Tula, I come in from behind, like instead of grappling him, I'd like force him down to the ground and grab his. When he's face down on the ground, grab his hind legs and like reel him in the back, like reel him out.
No.
So, yeah, stuck up both his legs, kind of.
Yeah, so
Holding it
Micah,
up.
go ahead, go continue.
On the
You see this
ground,
happening,
and I'm
Micah. So if
sitting
you
on
want
his
to get
back.
into this, jump into it for sure.
Yeah, I think Micah would kind of like shrug off some of her she's got this giant great axe on her back that she kind of like props up in the corner and then kind of like scrunch down, kind of like shuffles over and looks for a moment, and like she's a regular here, she knows Hubert, so she absolutely is she's gonna actually try and
Michael, help me!
she's gonna give a big kind of like a joking roar, like attack, like I'm gonna get ya, and she's gonna like try and pick him up and grab him.
Not to completely derail from that, because we'll get back to the narrative, but let's look. Grapple is actually different. Remember, usually it was the only thing that happened was 0 speed, but attacks affected. You have disadvantage on attack roll. This is if you are grappled. If you have the grappled condition, you have disadvantage on attack rolls against any target other than the grappler. So that's really good for frontliners who really want to focus, without having to use like abilities. You can grapple them and pull their focus to you.
That's cool.
Well, cool.
So is Hubert still
Yep.
grabbed by Kane right now?
So he is technically, right? So I say you do a grapple check, or let's do this. Do you want to do a grapple check to learn it, or do a shove, which is pretty much the same thing, but we can then look at what shove, like push him off. Whatever you want to do narratively, right? But we'll just use that mechanic. Does that make sense?
How shove and grapple is the same? What do you mean?
So if you go to attack, right? You got let's just do a melee person as a good example, because it'll be ones doing this, right? You have a long sword in your hand and a shield in one hand. You can't grapple or shove unless actually that might be grapple. Let me look at shove. I know I looked a lot at grappled, but I don't think I looked too much at shove. Let's look at shove.
Shove is under unarmed strike as well.
Yeah.
It's the same check. The only difference is you shove the person 5 feet away.
So it's a saving throw.
Are
The
the
you,
Yes.
person-
they're
Same
very
saving throw.
specific about one thing
Or
though.
cause a
You need to have
condition.
a free hand to do it. So if you've been running around with a long sword and a shield in your
Yeah,
hand,
you would-
um,
yeah.
but switching weapons is a little bit easier, and I'm still going to be probably very liberal about it. But that, you know, if you want to grapple somebody and still attack them, and you have a shield in your hand, it's going to be very difficult. FYI, right? Because your
What's
free
handy
hand.
weapon?
Because remember, shields will still probably have, I'm assuming, the action to dawn or take off because the +2 AC is so strong.
Unless you do a shove, then it'd be shield bash.
That's what I'm trying to find shove in here because I want to see if it says anything about having a free hand. Because an unarmed strike, I think,
It doesn't say it. It just says the target must succeed on a strength or dexterity saving throw. It chooses which, or you push it 5 feet away or cause it to have the prone condition. DC for the saving throw equals 8 plus your strength modifier and proficiency. The shove is possible only if the target is no more than one size larger than you. That's all
perfect.
it says under shove.
Okay,
So I
yeah.
guess
So
then you can
grapple
shove with a
is say
shield or
it.
a
It says
weapon.
if you have a free hand free to grab it. Shove doesn't have that language. So yeah. So
Mhm.
that's which makes sense, right? You're just
Yeah,
pushing
you
them
can
away.
shove someone with
kick.
a sword in your hand.
Yeah.
Or you can kick them to shove,
Yeah.
like the Spartan
Your body.
kick.
You use your whatever
Mhm.
part. So it's very simple for shove. So do you want to try just trigger a shove here for funsies?
Yeah.
Sure.
So now
his
that
face.
means. So you get to choose with shove if you're. Oh no, it's either strength or dexterity saving throw from Kane.
Hubert. I think my
Oh, wait.
DC is.
Did you say Hubert?
Mhm.
Oh,
'Cause I don't
I was
know Kane.
imagining Kane was on top of Hubert, so I imagined you were going and like pinning him to the ground. So maybe you're gonna like
See,
shove Kane off, or
I thought Hubert was. I got that mixed up. So I was gonna grab Hubert off of Kane.
no, Kane's got him pinned right now.
Hmm.
I'm sitting on his
I
back.
think she's actually she would
His
try.
legs.
I think she would grapple. I think what she would actually want to do is she'd grapple Kane to like try and roll him over. Actually no, she'd shove Kane off Hubert.
Yeah. So strength or dexterity saving throw, and we need to calculate your DC,
I think
Miss Micah.
my strength, and I think it's 14.
Yeah, so
And
8 plus
strength,
3 is
3 proficiency
11,
plus 8.
14. Yep.
14.
Now who's the huge bitch?
Oh, 11.
So let's do
Every group has to have one.
One big bitch.
One big
Yep.
bitch in the group.
All right,
Kane rolled an
grapple,
11.
Passage.
shove, DC 14. Display as attack, activation type, action, because it pops it up there.
Now I wonder if she shoves Kane and Kane's still holding on to.
Just
This is all narrative, right? We're like
Yeah,
she's gonna knock
It's just
you
for
off,
funsies.
right? Yeah, but we're just
Yeah, I'm
looking at
gonna-
these like kind of basic mechanics to root
If I
of it
knock you off,
something.
or if you roll over with him, she would like dogpile on top of Hubert.
Okay. So again, if you refresh your
Yeah.
page, Micah, I did in your action, you'll see grapple shove DC 15 or 15, 14 down there. Let me change it to 14
Thank you.
as a custom action. Okay. So you run over, and you just like he's on top. Help me, someone! And you just knock him off and kind of catch him. Like Charles, like no, please, not tonight, oh, that's not the table. And
This feels a perfect moment
Yeah.
for middle-aged goblin to kick the door open, cigarette hanging out of her mouth, and go, "Now this is my kind of party."
the
Jump
music
into the
stops for a
pile.
second, and they see you kick the door in, and there's like the pause and quiet. Like Kane, all of you guys look up. You see. Do you want to describe Bronca a little bit more before she jumps in, or are you just? Is she a big?
This all happens very quickly, but yeah, this like middle-aged white-haired goblin woman, like ripped, these like kind of runic tattoos all over her body, and she has several weapons, including a battle axe, a hand axe, and a javelin, and just kind of like tosses them all, like lets them kind of fall where they may before running over and diving into
Leaping
this.
on the dog
Love it.
pile we've got going on.
Maybe Kane, you would notice the rune tattoos on who we know as Bronca. I don't know, maybe. She didn't describe rune tattoos though. All right, so what do you want to do when you get in here? Above table, you could use. We're going to do actual damage, but if you wanted to try an attack roll or something like that, and we can explore the mechanics, you could, or you could explore a grapple, shove yourself.
Piggybacks on to Micah.
Okay, so would you like to
I'm a
do a
pretty
grapple
target.
then too?
Yeah, grapple.
This is my kind of party. You're like, oh. All right.
So DC is 15.
So yours is also 15. So Dex or Strength save, Micah.
All right.
You are Brunka. Same thing.
Shit.
General. Did I just hear a nat 20 from?
Yeah.
Yeah. only Lindsay's. Only Lindsay's do we catch it, and I love it.
I was barely audible that time, but I still.
But we still got
I
it.
turned my background noise down a bunch.
No, I love it. I love hearing it.
Was
Okay.
that Dex or
23.
strength that you did?
It was strength. It was 23.
Strength. So you just like
I just imagine she like grabs the scruff of like your, I don't know, like your back or whatever, like whatever clothes you got on the back, and just kind of throws you off.
she just lets out, like, after she gets slammed onto the ground, this like really deep, hearty laugh. And yeah, waits for the next.
I think seeing that your reaction is like laughter, Micah is gonna kind of like look at you a moment, like blink a little bit startled at like your appearance, and then give like a matching like a really kind of like deep booming laugh, and she would kind of like sit back on her haunches a little bit and be like, I like you, and then she's gonna go in for like just like start wrestling. We don't need to make a mechanical thing of it, but yeah.
Yeah, so everyone's kind of scuffling around here. Tula, what are you doing? Because you were like front row, right? As like Hubert was talking to you, like Kane picked him up and everyone started wrestling. Are you just like backing up with your espresso martini in the back, or do you get like caffeinatedly, like excitedly want to jump in yourself and do anything?
She doesn't necessarily want to jump in,
Mhm.
but you kind of just see her. She's kind of scrawny, kind of medium size, not too short but not too tall. Very short hair, and she has like her espresso martini in her hand, doing this. Just
Are you
really
calling that
smiling at the interaction?
You talking about like a Nate DMing expression? He's like jittery.
Yep.
I drink my coffee at 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night. Love it. All right, Thalen, Ludoviticus. You guys want to? It's gonna be really hard. And I apologize, but I promise I'll try to get it down. Ludoviticus.
I say I could change it to Ludoviticus if it rolls off the tongue better.
No, the problem is going to be I very naturally say Lodovico, so it's going to be that's what I'm going to be stumbling on, unfortunately.
I'm gonna be stuck on Leviticus.
In Leviticus, yeah.
Mine's ludicrous. I just can't say the name.
That's
Ludovic.
also acceptable.
It's gonna be a great
Lord
run
of
of jokes throughout this little campaign.
Yep.
Luda.
No one's going to say your name correct, and that's going to be like that's going to be in character, right?
yeah. He's gonna be so pissed.
So Thalen isn't there yet. So
Okay.
if Ludoviticus is there.
Yeah. Ludoviticus was leaning up against the bar top, chatting it up with a female, and
Ooh.
as you guys are going about
Let
like,
me-
all this rugged,
Let me give you one. Sorry, not to insert, but there
you're
is
good.
somebody who's pretty eye-catching in this place. The bard is a beautiful, long blonde hair, big blue eyes, and she's been playing the lute and singing songs and telling stories the whole night. Not forcing you on it, but she will be
Okay.
a part
Is-
of a bit
is
of a narrative
she-
at some point.
Okay.
Why did I not think Blue Eyes was gonna be what followed up the adjective?
Big blue,
Yeah.
big tracts of
Big
land.
Blue eyes, all right.
Shit brown eyes.
Blue Eyes.
She's got
definitely
big
think of big
tracts of
numbers.
land.
hmm
Or huge. Sorry.
Is she currently playing, or is she?
She could be
his
taking a
plan was to
break.
be-
Yeah.
Okay, taking a break. Awesome. All right, yeah. So he saw her get off the stage, target locked, and goes over there.
I have a
And he's
token
like
for her.
leaning up against the bar top.
Yeah, she kind of comes in for a
And,
drink. Charles, can I get just something a little light? Thank you.
Yeah, so he kind of, okay. What is it, Katrina? He kind of comes up to the bar top and leans an arm on it. My, aren't you just a tall drink of refreshment?
She kind of gives you one of those like, here we go again smiles. Thank you so much. Did you enjoy my singing?
Oh, I enjoyed many things about you, my dear. Tell me, do you know
lovely.
why air
Mhm.
genasies make the best lovers?
Why?
He's gonna,
Wow.
he's gonna like twirls like his finger and do message to her, and she's gonna hear a whisper, because we don't need to come up for air.
Okay.
That's your charisma.
Wow.
Let me ask you one question. Are you
I'm gonna write all this down.
are you
Yeah. Take notes, people.
notes.
Take
Yep.
notes.
are you
Take notes.
hoping that he is being suave, or are you leaning into him being kind of like creepy? Does that make sense?
No,
Do you-
he's definitely like he.
Or are you
so
hoping like
he's-
for him
he's
to be like
very-
doing a good impression? Like, because if you're just leaning into it, I'm gonna RP her out, being
Right.
like, "Oh, that's thank you for
No,
the
so
corny line,"
think
or
about-
you can do a persuasion roll.
He's the opposite of Archie, where like he has a 20 in charisma, and
Yeah.
so he knows that he's good looking, and he uses that a lot to get what he wants. So
Okay.
he's like full
ooh,
confident going into this.
New rules. Let's look at the influence action.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh.
I'll copy and paste it into Discord. It's pretty much codifying things that are just kind of common sense, but it's nice. But you'll see some things are not like there's now a search action, and what does that mean? You're either doing a perception or an investigation roll. Influence action will likely be deception and intimidation, performance, even list animal handling underneath it. So above table, I don't know if we'll be saying that a lot, but it does encourage the DMs for like NPCs you meet, whether they're monsters or people, to have like
Okay.
a baseline. Like I start off as neutral, right? Or pretty much negative. I don't remember the exact words they use, but pretty much negative. And already a negative impression, neutral, or positive, right? Like your friends will have a positive, someone you just met who does, you're like, oh yeah, neutral, or your enemies will have negative. Actually, yeah, indifferent is an attitude. What are the other attitudes? I'm in the dictionary, but they're they have codified like how people feel about you. See this. Yeah, the dictionary is very convenient, but for this one, I'm gonna have to actually find the where it's all listed clearly. We're in
if your urging is
2024.
repugnant.
All right, playing the game. I think it's going to be underneath. Oh, there is social. Yeah, they have a whole social interaction like section now.
Okay, that's really cool. I had not read this section yet, the playing the game section, like the social interaction exploration. This is really cool.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff for us as experienced players will be very like, oh yeah, that's I like that. It's a little better. It's a little more clear. But I think this is going to be a great like introductory book. Because everything feels a little bit more clarified, a little more clear, and less confusing for how much stuff we're going with. Yeah. So there's now the friendly, indifferent, or hostile condition.
That's cool. Oh, you have advantage on ability checks to influence friendly creatures.
And then hostile is a disadvantage, and then indifference
That's
just
cool.
normal, right? For basic NPCs, I'll try to stick to that. But obviously, if something's a little bit more high stakes, there might be multiple checks needed to like go one way, or like an ally. One bad check's not going to take you down to indifferent or whatever, right? Or like an NPC that evolve a Toro or something. Like Archie is definitely at hostile with Toro. By Calum is friendly, right?
Good example.
Great example.
Yep.
Yeah, so yeah, there's actually mechanics tied to it, advantage and stuff like that. And like, you know, there might be moments where you're talking to your friend and I might forget to give you advantage, right? Don't feel free to like call me out on that if I forget. Like, is he a friendly creature? Do I get advantage? Like, yes, you do. Okay. All right. So this person's starting off as indifferent to Ludoviticus.
Nico.
Stop it, Charlie. he knows the characters. I'm very much kidding. Sorry, that was really harsh. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check, I guess, right? I don't think you're a bard, so it could be performance, but I'm guessing you're going for persuasion here.
Yep, persuasion. I got a 14.
14?
Mhm.
Does it say if there's like kind of like how stealth has a basic DC? Does it do the same thing for this? Let me back up a little bit.
I don't know.
All right, role playing is like active role playing. Should probably just the perspective to determine how name is must be a film for ability checks given to film sorry role playing for to match and make them fluent side of pitch. I don't see it necessarily, but maybe let's go back to influence. Yeah, I wonder if it's still more like I think that makes sense. Like I should be setting the DC for that because I don't want the king having a DC 15. Also,
Right.
the like Joe on the street also having the exact same DC. So I think that makes sense.
True.
What'd you say you rolled? A 14?
Yes, 14.
I think 14's enough for somebody who gets hit on probably a lot everywhere she goes to not be completely turned off, but not be enough to turn into a friendly,
Not
right?
sold yet.
Yeah,
Not sold yet.
exactly.
Okay.
All
right.
So she's kind of like, oh, I must say I've had many different experiences, but never with a water genasi. And what is your name?
He like goes to lean back. And as he goes to like say his name, I think it'd be funny if like the racket from all the other PCs like just completely matched his name. And he turns around just like red face. By gods, do you mind? Like he's like trying to he's pissed that all the racket is happening while he's trying to rizz up this lady.
You hear a very obnoxious, like booming, kind of like braying laugh from Micah.
As a goblin comes out of nowhere, latches on the back to you, and you like throw her off, and you're like laughing. and she kind of like slides over to you. Lovicius, what would you say? I'm leaning into the fact that she could have heard your name, right? Yeah. I'm assuming you wanted to set that up for that, right?
Yeah. Ludoviticus, my dear. It's quite all right.
Ludoviticus, and that's a very elegant name. Are you a noble?
I'm so glad you asked. I am, in fact, a noble.
And what house are you a part of? There's no pressure, but I have like a fledgling idea of a lot of the houses in the Grey Hollow setting having straight associations with trees. Like an emblem for one might be a willow, but there's another one that's like a golden tree. So no pressure.
Okay.
And you could be lying.
The willow would actually be cool because I wanted to do something like related to him being like an air genasi. So like I think of like willows like billowing in the wind a lot.
All right, let me change some of my narrative where I have some willow house guards. I'm trying to think if I can tie you strongly to this narrative here. I'm trying to think if this would play out naturally for what's going to happen here.
Oh, I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
What if when Brunka and Micah are like rolling over and over and over, like wrestling, we roll over, knock into Ludoviticus's like ankles, and send him toppling while he's trying to get some
into her?
I think. Can we basically roll? Well, we don't have to roll.
Well, see, that's the thing. Some of the contest stuff is kind of gone here, right? So in this moment, mechanically, what that turns out to is a save, right? You're trying to knock him over, right? Yeah, shove, right? So which is weird, right? You can't give the help action here to give advantage, which is kind of strange. So what I would say is, rather than giving Ludoviticus a disadvantage on the roll, I would say he would have to roll 2 times against both of your DCs.
Oh,
Mm.
okay. Yeah, the sorcerer is definitely gonna make this.
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry. What am I rolling?
Either a
They
dex
went to the
or
fucking gym, you
well,
wuss.
first we're gonna do Micah save. So you need to do a strength or dex save against Micah's DC.
Oh, okay, strength or okay, all right. I'll definitely do Dex. I got a whopping 8.
Okay,
on my Dex.
so out of curiosity, let's go ahead and have you roll one more save out of Broncos against Broncos.
Sure.
15.
And another 8.
Okay, so it is like definitely 100% a combination of both of them. They come
I'm
bullying
using
into you.
physical dice from now on.
And what? Excuse me. What house are you a part of? And I have something for you, but we'll get to that. But
Okay.
before you
Okay.
you go to
For
answer, you two can describe to me how this looks if you'd like, as you bust into Ludoviticus.
Ludoviticus.
I like to think that, like they were like tumbling like back and forth like over one another. Kind of like you guys have seen The Lion King, right? With like the wrestling scene where they're like pin you again,
Yeah.
like that kind of thing. And like I feel like they go to like roll one direction and just like barrel like knock the like clothesline the legs out of Ludo.
Oh shit.
And just like you go whichever direction you go sprawling is your choice, but like your
Mhm.
legs just get swept out from under you.
Oh, okay. I might suggest like maybe I like grasp onto her to like try to steady myself, but get completely like knocked to the fucking ground.
Do you accidentally grab
Oh,
big-
the
Oh!
big
Big blue eyes.
Oh shit! Actually,
blues.
that would be kind of funny.
That would be really funny.
It would be funny, but he can also like try to like grasp her like clothing or something like that out of a reaction.
Okay, roll a dex save.
God.
Maybe she like accidentally rips the sleeve off and it's some
Shit.
beautiful
Crap, physical
chemise
dice.
she just
Okay.
bought.
I got a 19 on that one.
19. So you do grab it, but you don't rip or tear it, but you do kind of pull her forward and kind of stumble, and her drink that she just got from Charles, the tabby cat, just kind of spills off onto the ground, but not over you. It's not like extra
Okay.
embarrassment or anything to that. I have a weird word for you. You could, I literally earlier, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to have a willow emblem group or a house, and it's House Salus.
Salus.
Above table, it's a play on the Italian word for willow tree, which I think is Salice. So House Salus. If you're okay with this, though, I don't think you are a prominent member of Salus. It's kind of like, for those who know Game of Thrones references, just because very much inspired by concepts like that. Like, you could be a Lannister, but you're not Jaime or Cersei Lannister. You are like a
Right.
cousin,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
A little bit more
you're not the main-
distant.
you're not of the main line.
Yeah, not the main
Okay.
line.
You're
Yeah.
a minor branch family.
Minor. Yes.
Branch. Sorry.
That's what it's
God.
called.
I think
Luviticus, are you okay? And she kind of reaches down, like, kind of pick you up. Were you going to say something, Charlie? Kane?
yeah, Kane would like get up and like, oh, don't push me. Oh, you. And then he sees them tumbling on the ground, and he's like, he just does this a couple times with his elbow.
who?
Jump to the
Oh, so there were two wrestling.
to Mika or Micah.
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 So
Like
this
how
is
that
going to be one of
push-
those weird scenarios, right? Where they're very pushed unarmed strike kind of to the forward. We see that with the grapple shove stuff. But me, where rather than using unarmed strike for like wrestling sequence and stuff, I like prefer using your best attack roll, and then we narratively change it. So I think I would still continue doing that. So rather than doing unarmed strike here, Kane, go ahead and roll your best attack attack roll.
Lantern Strike is my best attack roll.
Oh yeah.
So,
There you go. At least it fits with you
Alright.
narratively.
I'll just do the lance thing then. Ooh, 27.
27. Again, we're not doing damage and stuff, right? This is just for narrative conclusion.
Right.
Yeah.
how did you roll a 27? Jesus. You're
That's a
level
powerful
4.
elbow.
Whack, Micah, as you
Well,
guys like are
match.
getting up. Ludovicus is just like trying to get upright. It's chaos over here. There's I'm guessing a goblin, like looking like she's about to jump back into it. You just feel an elbow come out of nowhere, hitting you in the back of the head. Smart's pretty hard, actually. Do you
I
do hear
definitely
Charles
get
like, no blood, please, no blood, please, no fists, wrestling. Oh gosh, the counter. I need a rag. He's like trying to clean up the cleaning mess here. And as they're playing with Katerina's just like, you were saying Leviticus, you have a house.
He's fighting for his life right now to like stay
Yeah.
up, and he's just like gripping like the side of the bar. Good God, good God! And
Katerina
he's, like,
is
looking down.
loving all of it. She is laughing. She is laughing along with all the chaos.
He like smiles at her, trying to like be suave, but he's like still kind of struggling. Should we go somewhere away from all this ruckus?
I can't go too far. Sorry. I'm kind of enjoying the show. Isn't this entertaining to you?
Yes,
You say
it
as,
is very entertaining. Yes.
You hear a crunch as Micah whips out a foot into the back of Kane's knee.
Do you want to roll an attack roll for it? 100%.
I am indeed
Start.
going to
Start. Get it in there. Get in there.
16.
Oh, that meets.
Meets. You slam. Yeah. 100%.
It's over, back my knee.
I will pause for a second. Thalen, you hanging in there, bud?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about him.
You want to kick the door in?
What's
You
that?
want to magically
Sure,
appear in a
in
puff
the
of
show.
smoke?
Well, did you describe it as raining?
No, unfortunately,
No
not
chance?
raining. No.
Okay. Well, I think somewhere during this chaos, the door bangs open again. And
Charles is like, why
for
does
like-
everyone wants to
Again.
kick my door open?
Well, for like three seconds or so, there's like this super scary, imposing figure with this massive great sword in tow. Like
That's
not
very-
brandished, but
It's sight check.
like
Very
reverse grip.
weapon heavy party.
And like it's like glinting the moonlight a little bit.
Ooh.
And then he steps in and it's like, oh, it's just that fucking guy from the Silver Lodge. Thalen, I think is his name, and he is drenched.
And right back into the music.
Kind of sad.
Mm.
So the Silver Lodge. So this is something
I just
I
made
would.
it up.
I'm 100% okay with that. Please add to this Grey Hollow setting. I love the name Silver Lodge. It feels very appropriate. Do you have any? Is this like a hunting thing, like a hunter's lodge?
It's
or-
actually yes. It's actually
Mhm.
the full name is the Silver Lodge of the Perpetual Hunt, but that's
Ooh,
too long for most people.
ooh, the
Pretty
Silver
cool.
Lodge of the Perpetual Hunt.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
Hmm.
But yeah, he's
I'm like-
drenched like it was raining somehow. Blood mixed with dirt, kind of running down his face. His sword, he's not holding it like aggressively, he's just kind of towing it because he can't be damned to put it back. And he just kind of looks at this chaos and tries to maneuver around it to the bar.
Okay, yeah. So you go
Bar
through
around
all the
it.
noise and chaos and such. As you get up to Charles, like, Thalen, why did you? Please don't. Please don't kick my door in. I don't like it when you kick my door in. This place
you
is
know what? I had a
barely
really
standing
bad
up.
night.
You had a okay. I'm actually doing really good business. What's wrong? As he's like mixing your. Are you a regular here? Are you okay with that? You said people would recognize you, so
Well, I think he's a regular, but people don't really know his name. He's just that guy from the Silver Lodge. The Silver Lodge.
The guy from the bar.
Mhm.
The guy
oh
who
yeah.
lives
So
on the
you're
bar.
usually keep to yourself, so maybe he doesn't know your name, but still knows
Not
you're
even.
regular.
Nope. Doesn't keep to himself. Just kind of unremarkable. Somehow.
Blends in with the crowd.
Yeah, a little bit.
So-
Um,
Does Charles know you? I guess is where I'm boiling down to.
Yeah,
With RP.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But
He's like-
most people, it's just that guy.
You having a rough night? Ah, Chocolate blue in the background.
Yeah, I was sent out on a contract and I missed it again. I just can't seem to get close enough.
Oh.
And when I do get close enough, they're already ready for me, and it always ends up badly. It's been this way for months now. So
They
I'm
sent
just
you on a
not good
contract
enough.
during the Harvest Moon. That's
Well,
that's
no, I
disappointing.
actually got the contract like a week ago. It's just taken me this long.
oh.
Yeah.
Is this going to be another failed contract for you? Is this sorry? I need to get Charles's voice in. Is this going to be another failed contract for you?
Yeah. Yeah,
Hmm.
it is.
Sorry. I'll give you an extra one for free.
Yeah.
It's a bit lively in here tonight. Crash. Thunk. Ow.
Oh,
Everybody!
yeah.
Dear heavens!
Just a just a hot toddy with the cinnamon stick in it. And can you do milk instead of water in it?
Yes, of course. I know how you like it.
Yeah.
You see, like magic hand. Like he can do multiple mage hands. He's a spectacular.
And
Little.
he just he looks at the chaos and just
And as
oh my gods. What the-
And as you're at the bar and you turn around, Katarina is like backing up away from it. Excuse me. Still laughing and smiling at the chaos, but she kind of like slides away from with her drink. And Ludoviticus is also, I'm assuming, kind of like sliding with her.
Yeah,
up-
he's trying to
away
get
from
the
it.
fuck out of there. All these
Hello.
youths.
Katarina like gives you like a little hello as you're kind of sitting there leaning. Anything else you would like to add, Thalen?
Thalen's sad and wet.
Sad and wet. She kind of like turns to you. Leviticus, his friend over here seems to have he's had a bit of a bad night. Well, you were telling me
Oh.
about your ways as an earth genasi, or a water, air genasi. Let me ask you this: which of my songs was your favorite?
Ooh, dude. Oh, fuck. Could I do a roll to see if he remembers any of them?
It'll be a history check. Yeah.
Because, obviously, like, I think Lauren would probably be an idiot and wouldn't do it, but Leviticus is a master of his class, so.
Oh, no. 90% of men will forget. It's the rare 10%.
Disadvantage
That's true,
because of
that's
the
true.
big tracts of land. No, no, just a straight history check or
History.
a history saving throw. No, I'm making fun of the fact that everything seems to be saving throws now. Do a history check for me.
History check. 17.
17.
Yeah, 13.
Yay.
Should I just make up one of the songs? Is it
Oh,
more
if you want
tree
to,
related?
yeah. It doesn't have to be tree related. If you got a vibe, hit me with it.
All right, the song's called "Scent of the Redwood."
Ooh.
Mm.
Hold up the candle you just got that off of, please.
Definitely didn't get that from a candle.
Did you get it from a candle? Did I call it?
No.
No, you didn't. Oh, that seems
No.
like I want that
Yeah.
candle. Scent of the
Redwood is like the first tree I thought of.
No, it's all good.
The
Scent of the
blue
redwood.
moon of Grey Hollow.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that is one of my favorites. Very tragic when everything burned down in that fire and all those people died. It's a terrible, tragic song. Do you know music then and storytelling?
I wouldn't say I am an expert in it, but I do enjoy it in all its forms.
Go ahead now, make another persuasion check.
Oh, don't roll off there. Ooh, 19.
19. She kind of leans in with a little bit more of a smile on her face. Are you a musician?
No, my dear, I am not a musician. I have many talents, but instruments are not one of them.
Pity. Well, perhaps after my performance tonight, you can buy me another drink and you can tell me more about some of your favorite songs.
His eyes light up. Of course, my dear. I will buy as many drinks as you like.
You never did tell
And
me
perhaps-
what house you're part of. I apologize. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, no, you're good. The spelling for that is so weird. I already forgot what it was.
It's pretty much it's pronounced Salis.
Salis. Okay, so C is silent. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. House Silas. Leviticus of House Silence.
Oh, House Salis. And are you related to the Baroness? Is she your mother?
My mother? No, God, no. I have distant relations with this house.
And she didn't send you, did she?
No, she didn't.
Excellent.
Why do you ask?
Oh, no worries. Just past experiences with House Salis.
Is that good or bad?
Let's leave that as a mystery, shall we? I don't want it to... I'm trying to think of a good wind pun. I don't know. I'm
Leave it
trying
up
to
in the
get that
air.
thing. I was the one that goes like, I don't want to blow it up your ass.
Leave it
Dust
in the
in the-
air.
Leave it in the
Dust
air.
in the
Dust,
wind.
dust. Leave it. Yeah, dust in the wind.
Let's just leave that as dust in the wind for now, shall we?
Yeah, yes.
That
That's.
song's sad. Shut up.
Oh yeah.
And Thalen, you're
Dance
like
wrestling,
overhearing this
dust
whole
in the wind,
conversation.
Dust in the wind.
All we are is dust.
Dust in the wind.
Do you want to insert yourself at all in that scene, Thalen, as you're kind of like there and you're just like, whether you willingly listening to or not, they're just like, right, they're having this flirting contest next to you.
That would be no.
fine.
Absolutely
Yeah.
in no circumstances would Thalen go anywhere.
Did you
near
say-
what is going on
did-
there.
Did she say earlier, like, your friend is over there, like, very sad and wet? Is it... I'm fine, like, knowing...
She just kind of referenced him being next behind him as she like bumped into him. She's like, oh, this, not as a friend, but she said he
Okay.
seems to be a little sad and
okay.
very wet.
Perhaps the local homeless. I'm not sure. Ignore him, dear.
As you're standing there, Thalen's still kind of dripping
I'm
wet. You do hear like a little spell spoken behind you as Charles prestidigitation like dries you. He's like, thank you. Sorry. You're getting water everywhere. Katarina, do you want something? She's like, yes.
Thanks.
Lacayatus, we can pick up our conversations later. I'm going to go back to my performance. Thank you.
Of course, my dear.
Walks off. Goes back up to her
Immediately,
little corner. Go ahead.
Leviticus turns around to the wrestling group, just
We've
looking
got
like-
5 gold on the colloid. That's a lot of gold. I'll take you on that. I got it on the Dragonborn.
Are you going to join us? Or are you just going to stare, pretty boy?
Yeah, Ludo's like stomps over and he like has his hands on his hips.
What-
You group almost cost me a very important night. Do you understand that?
No.
What does she see right now? I'm curious, or he see? What does he see? Are you guys still wrestling? Are you guys just nursing
yeah.
drinks after a good time?
Yeah, I feel like at this point we have all ended up like, because there was 4 of us wrestling, right? Like we're all just kind of in like
Yeah.
a
Holding each
twister.
other.
Hubert's like little
like
halfling
very-
face with his stubbles like sticking out. But
Very
you can't
Looney
see the rest of his
Tunes, where it's
body.
like
Yeah.
The
Yes.
fighting cloud of like just
You're
like
coming.
fists
See
and
what
arms
happens
going
everywhere.
everywhere.
Breathe, all like
It's like a stalemate of everyone interlocked for a moment.
Yep.
basically.
Quick question. I heard him call me homeless, right?
Yeah, 100%. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna need you to make a Constitution saving throw as I cast Levitate on you.
That
Levitate on me.
still
Yeah.
using normal rules of spells, so you will be casting this, and it's going to be very obvious.
This is with my armor. I don't know if I actually cast the spell,
If
Or
it's
I
your
use the
armor,
item?
ooh, I think that is specifically for you. I think that armor targets only you.
I think it just lets me cast it. Or is it
Mm.
just me?
Because I think I was like, oh, what is that? And I clicked on it and I was like, that's really strong. I was like, oh no, he can
The
just
armor
carry it
help-
on
yeah, the
himself.
armor
No,
helps you
you're
roll.
right.
Sorry.
Damn it.
Dang.
Sorry to-
Levitate on an air genasi.
Did you really want to hear Ludoviticus's
I don't
rant,
have
though, that
any
he was going to
prank
give all of us?
spells.
Mhm,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, he's basically just standing over you as you guys are all locked up. He's not getting into it, but he's gonna scold you from a couple feet away for sure. So hands on the hips, saying, "Do you know what you almost cost me tonight?"
No.
Well,
No.
that is quite obvious.
Is it?
I
Not
keep
to
hearing.
us. We've been busy.
You know what I would like to do? Be busy
You want
tonight.
to join?
And you almost ruined that for me.
Oh, you join? And
Oh,
I'm going to hook a leg
you
around
had
your...
to, Oh,
When you
I
say that,
think
we're
you
gonna
might
say
have ruined that one for yourself, darling.
Oh, trust me, darling. I haven't ruined anything. I quite saved myself despite all the things that you've just put me through.
No.
So then what are you
Is that the
doing
only
over
word
here?
that you know?
No.
But you said you wanted we were busy. You said you wanted to get busy. Do you want to play? She's being very sincere. She's not being sarcastic, but she's gonna hook a leg around the back of your leg and yank it forward and send you like toppling into the pile.
All right, give me
Oh,
a
good God!
strength or dexterity saving throw, Ludoviticus.
It's all. This
I
entire
might-
session is going to be grapple
Sorry.
checks.
Wait,
Grapple
dis-
this,
di-
grapple that.
Dex
Alright,
or
dexterity
strength saving
or
throw.
Okay. Alright, let me roll actual die. Oh, 18.
Oh, convenient now
Dex
that you're really. It's
I know.
a joke.
save. I
All right,
know,
so-
I was like,
Play.
I spent $80 on this dice.
And you try and hook and try and trip him and bring him sprawling forward, but a little bit of maybe the airy elegance of the Air Genasi. He's light on his feet. Maybe more than maybe meets
Oh,
the
come
eye.
on.
I mean, you can allow that to happen if you want, Ludoviticus, but that is his
Definitely
Lord's
not.
call. Yeah.
He is way too proud to be sent on his butt.
Well, I mean,
so.
you as Lord narratively, if whatever you wanted to happen, like you could
Oh.
allow it to happen after the save, just because Lindsay was like,
No.
"Oh, come on."
No, that was
No,
Micah
absolutely
to
not.
him when he
Oh,
walked
that was
away.
Micah. Got
Micah
it.
was gonna
Got
be
it.
like, oh,
Got
come
it.
on, man, have some fun.
My fault.
Let loose a little.
That- I was trying to have fun before you all interrupted me.
Hubert's little face is like still sticking out. He's like, "Isailan, you know that prick?"
Prick! Oh, my God! Who is this foul-mouthed creature here?
I don't know. What is the noble doing in the Laughing Moon?
Being sleazy, I think. Yeah.
Oh,
My business is my own.
Hubert's still trying to like squeeze her. Let me fucking go!
I open up my arm and let Hubert.
Oh God! He falls on the ground like, "Bound by the moon." Ow. That was a good fight.
Then I give him a high five.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
you're there, but there we go. Ow! You're stronger than you look. I like this. Good crowd.
I'm stronger than I look. I look
Mm.
really strong.
I'm talking about the goblin.
Just a rock with glass.
Though to be fair though, I'm
That was-
imagining a super swole goblin. How can you? Am I like I was imagining him as a super swole halfling? Is your is that kind of like a mirror echo? Like you also swole, or is it more like deceivingly how strong you are?
Sleeper build.
Megan.
Megan.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking to Charlie.
No, I was,
Um,
no, the goblin.
Oh no, she's swole.
It's swole. Love it.
Yeah, wait. I'll put in the full art in the chat.
I give a high five to Kane and Brunka as well. I offer high fives and then I
That was a lot of fun. We should do it
stand
again.
up and I kind of haul you guys up. Pat
Charles,
you off the back.
round of drinks on the Dragonborn. He won the fight. He said he's gonna buy us all a drink. Hey, thanks, Kane.
Hey, he didn't win the fight.
Oh. Micah won the fight. Just kidding. Micah's got around the drink for all the losers.
Oh, no,
So good natured
Kane
of you.
definitely won. Kane definitely won the fight.
Oh,
No,
Who?
I think you
Nico.
did win.
What'd you say, Bronco?
I just said, no, I think you did win. I think you did win. You pay for drinks for all of us.
Yep, winner pays for drinks. Because we're sore
Yep,
losers.
Kane, good job. Good job, Kane.
Actually, that Ludo thing over there, that little guy, he actually won because you tried to
Yeah.
grapple him and he's got out. So
Yeah.
he won.
That is true.
Yeah,
So
that's
Charles
good.
is like, so Kane won, and then Micah won, and then Sir Ludovicus won. How about no one buys drinks for anybody? That sounds like a good idea.
I think Ludo's.
No.
Ludovicus has already like walked away and sat in the seat right next to Thalen.
Charles is like,
Next
sorry,
to
friends.
Thalen, the person you called homeless.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
Yeah, he's with
How
the
does
homeless
Damon
guy
react?
over there.
He's not buying you drinks, Kane. I'm sorry.
Hey,
How does Thalen react to Ludovicus sitting down next to him?
I'm not homeless. I'm not.
He sits down in the chair and like turns to him. I am sorry for calling you homeless. My anger got away from me. Air Genasi, we are quick to anger and quick to let it go.
Are they?
I
I've
think
never
so,
heard
yeah.
that before, but I'll take
Oh,
your
yeah.
word for it.
they're
Well,
not-
they say like the Air Genasi race is like very volatile, like a storm, but it like goes away just as quickly. Yeah.
Mm,
Very cool.
just like a
okay,
just like a
never mind, I
fart in
have
the
heard
wind.
that.
Just exactly. Things got out of hand. I apologize.
I've been called worse, but it kind of seems like you might have pissed them off a little more than you pissed me off.
Well,
I mean, I did.
I usually
did try to levitate you with my armor, but it didn't work.
you did. So I can levitate all on my own. I don't
Yeah, but
need
you
you
can't
to do that
control it
for
if I
me.
do it.
That is true. Yes,
But
I
I
could always
can't do it.
counterspell you if I truly wish it.
There's probably gonna go.
Ooh.
But all things said, I am sorry for calling you homeless. I mean, given your rough condition, it seems that you have been through some things.
It's part of the profession. Or it
And
should be,
pray
if
tell,
I-
what is this profession of yours?
I hunt monsters. I try to
You hunt
monsters.
monsters, really? That is quite the profession. Yes. What were you hunting?
I never really figured that out, actually. I never got
So
the
you
chance.
You didn't know what
Rask.
you were hunting. Okay. Hmm.
Ooh, a wyvern could be a
Yep.
good one. Like a nice little in
Ooh,
between,
wyvern.
but
Well, I
still
had a
impressive.
general idea,
Hmm.
but it didn't exactly go how I wanted it to go. Obviously,
You never solved the mystery of why a certain, like, maybe sheep were disappearing. You never got down to the bottom of it.
well, okay. What pretty much happened is I was walking along, and unfortunately, this armor is really noisy. And 1 minute I was walking, and next minute I was up in the air, and then like 2 minutes later I was like 20 feet down into a lake after like a 100-foot fall. So, and now I'm
Are you saying it attacked you, or did you just
No,
lie?
it did me a favor. It didn't attack me. It was friendly, surely friendly.
friendly?
What do
Hey,
you
Thalen?
do for a living?
Thalen, I have just idea for you. No pressure. What if you failed and you've been disbarred from the Silver Lodge, but you have, like, can't
Well,
come
they
up to
don't
say it?
know about my failure yet.
Well, I'm just saying it could give your, again, no pressure, but it could be motivation for the
It's
venture hook
funny you
for
say
you to
that.
prove yourself again, but no pressure.
It's funny you say that
Hmm
because that's kind of what I was leaning for. Not he was like,
Oh, that's
on the
going
cusp.
to happen, or maybe it could be like something you think you're like, yeah, I'm about to get kicked out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty much it.
Okay.
It's like, gotta do something interesting.
Right. Well, you are alive, which is, a win in itself, really.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how to talk to you.
That's fine. I can do all the talking.
Yeah, I bet you do.
He like turns and looks at the group. Are you guys still wrestling, or are you like are you drinking now?
Yeah,
Okay,
I had in my
starting to
mind
drink
that
now.
that we were drinking. You know, we dusted each
Yeah.
other off and are
Mhm.
drinking and
Do you know those ruffians over there?
ruffians.
Monty
Shut up and let me meme.
I'm gonna toss an idea out there, to kind of pull you all together if you wanted, of like Katarina getting on stage and you can tell soon she's gonna start performing. I'm not pushing us to that, but maybe it's like, oh, she's about to perform, and like all of you like crowd in around
Oh hell yeah!
Ludovicus and
He's front row.
and
Hold
Thales.
on for one moment.
And like you're all like these big people are all like everyone's like gathering it. No pressure, but just imagine you all like kind of squeezing in together,
Yeah.
maybe.
Oh yeah. Front row.
Everyone kind
front
of
and
leans
center.
in to Ludovicus's ear and whispers, "Is that the girl you were after? The one with the big blue eyes?"
He looks down at you, right? Yeah, Brunka. Okay.
Yeah.
Of course it is. Obviously, she's the most beautiful one in the room.
You you know, like
Excuse me.
lots and lots of people flirt with her like every night, right?
Yes, but only one ends up with her at the end of the night, won't they?
I think we all have.
That seems really presumptuous.
Yeah, really gross and sleazy.
Wow.
Above table, it is really funny whenever I introduce like an NPC and it's like, I don't want to make them just an object, and then the lady player is just like, I don't know, I want to seduce the female character. All right, we'll see where it goes. I do try my best not to turn them into just objects.
I gotta
And
play him
then
how he
we
is.
ruin your plans.
If you can surely try.
You hear this like really loud, like not necessarily scream, but this like little one in the back just shaking her little cup of coffee and going, "Yeah, let's get this party started."
You're like jingling it.
Yeah.
Tula, unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to cut you off from the coffee. I think you've had too
Oh.
much.
But why?
You seem
Okay. And
No,
she just like, throws her coffee
yeah.
on everybody that's
Oh,
in
no.
front of her.
Yeah.
Oh
She
my
gets coffee all
God.
over all of you.
Yeah.
That's why
Hey,
you get
hey,
a little bit more angry when you have this happening.
I
can't
just
get much
gotta
more.
have my coffee, okay?
You've
Sorry.
you've
She's,
had
like,
your
smiling,
coffee.
but getting sad.
You've had your coffee.
Is Tula a regular here?
Yeah,
Sounds
usually
I
with the
imagine.
coffee.
Okay. So I
Always
probably,
gotta have it.
if it's okay with you, Micah would probably know Tula then because she's also comes here really frequently, and would kind of go and like put an arm around you and like squeeze you really tight and be like, "It's okay, it's okay, you're gonna be okay."
Well, I've seen you around, right?
Yeah, yeah, we've met like lots of times.
I think I remember you. And she's like
Oh.
smiling.
That's okay. I know I'm easy to forget.
No, I said I think I remember you. I didn't forget.
Oh, okay,
What's your name?
Micah.
Oh, I'm Tula. Nice to meet you. She's
Nice.
like smiling really creepily.
Nice to see you again.
That's exactly
Yes,
how
Micah,
I
don't you
felt
think
many
that Tula's
times.
she's had enough to drink, eh?
Kind of like glance up, like startled, and look back to Tula, who's like visibly shaking, and back up and be like, that's that's you're the boss, your decision. She kind of gets like does not want to come between this lady and her coffee. Does not want to get in the middle of this.
I'm not me when I don't have my coffee, okay? You don't want to know me if I don't have my coffee.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right, right.
Yeah.
But you've had
What's
Jill.
going on with this girl
Yeah,
up
okay,
front?
yes.
What's she-
Charles is like, oh, thank God she's distracted.
I've seen like a lot of alcoholics come through here, but this seems like a problem. It's just-
I love turning
Not
that trope on its head. It's like we need to cut you off in the bar from coffee.
those caffeine blackouts really add up.
And Katarina does set up to play. She pulls her lute out, and her specialty is very much telling stories. So when she did the Scent of the Redwoods, it really was a tragic tale of a place. Maybe it was from a war, right? Maybe something got burnt down, but it was like a place, Grey Hollow, and like a lot of people do revere nature, so it would have been a very like tragic story to hear about redwoods burning. But it's also a night about true love. And so she does pull it out and play a song / tell you a story. I think it's up to you if you've heard the story before, but, you know, it is a popular song. She looks out, starts strumming the lute. Gather close friends, let us speak of the eternal garden and the sacred love of Porphyra and Carowin, and their lucid ending shared therein. And she begins to properly play, and she's singing, and it's very much a bard's tale of love. It's a story of an elf druid, what we would call an arch druid, right? I think we all know mechanically they can live a long time in their own right at higher levels. And falling in love with a human woman. And what brought them together was their love for gardening, for nature. And so the story goes about them falling in love and then them building a home in this beautiful garden. Eventually, they make a friend, a very powerful fae friend whose name is the Gardener. And the story progresses as they become deep friends with this archfey who was touched by their love and their love of nature and the flowers. Eventually, the Gardener helps them and with their own magical abilities to pull their own garden out from here in Grey Hollow. It's a little Fey stuff is a little different, right? It's not directly going to another plane like the Feywild, right? But it pulls it out there into like the Alderall, the old forest, where things are a little bit more Feywildy. And sometimes you can walk in the mist and go to places that you aren't there. So the garden was pulled away and became known as the Eternal Garden. It became a place of magic and happiness and warmth. And stories about it began spreading, and soon other people would go and travel and try and find the Eternal Garden. And some people came back, some people didn't. But it was never, the people who didn't come back was never necessarily a story of tragedy and, you know, maybe somebody, a loved one behind, would be sad that their loved one is gone, but life was too busy. They couldn't travel to find them in the Eternal Garden. And then the story comes to its end as the elf archdruid lives a very long time. Unfortunately, despite their power and abilities of the archfey, the gardener, and the druid, Porphyra unfortunately passes away from old age. And Katarina kind of finishes off that with the last lines. And at last, Carowin did undertake a final task. A tomb she raised for silent Porphyra upon a flower bed of forget-me-nots. Carowin then lay beside her love, clasping her hand in their final resting place. And within herself, she unraveled the power of the earth and the eternal spark of her elvish life, and followed into death her human wife. And again, a story that maybe some of you've heard. You can roll history checks if you had, but and it's up to you if you think your characters are touched by the sadness at the end, or maybe you are smiling at the beauty of the love there as it comes to an end. How do your characters respond? No pressure, but if you want to add a little bit to the ending here.
I think Micah's like crying a little bit. Just like sniffling obnoxiously, like not a nice pretty crier, like really gross crier, but like very, very touched by the whole story.
Anyone else?
I don't think Ludoviticus was like, he was moved by it, but he doesn't show it on the outside. But he has like a small like smile and like does like a small little clap for her.
No pressure, but do you think, because it was a beautiful performance, right? Very touching in its own way. Does it plant a seed? Not that like Ludoviticus would be aware of this if it does happen. Do you think maybe a little seed of maybe something that could turn into love down the road? Or do you think he still sees her as more just pure something to conquer?
No, I think, yeah, no, he definitely like feels like, yeah, that little spark for sure. And it's not really, he's not really like, I guess 100% like a player, like notch in the bedpost type of guy. He loves love, but he's also like a very like free spirit, so he doesn't like anything that ties him down.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that about him. But yeah, he gives her like a little applause.
Kane would put his hand on Ludo's shoulder. Go get her, Tiger. Just pushes him towards the stage, and as he's pushed, like slaps him in the butt as a good luck.
Anybody
Aiden is
else?
uncomfortable with emotions. Shuts himself down.
As she finishes her song, before you can get up to the stage and before she even puts her lute away, some people are clapping. Two figures in the crowd kind of step up. They were very much hooded and kind of more keeping to themselves. And maybe you've noticed, I'm like, oh, those people seem like Phelan care people, like not very. No, I'm just kidding. They didn't seem very. They weren't as jovial as everyone else. But as they stand up and pull their cloaks back, and then like kind of open their cloaks up, you do see breastplate. You see the shine of metal, and on the center of it, you do see the emblem of a willow tree upon it. And one of them speaks up. And the one that speaks, he's kind of got like darker skin, curly hair, and kind of shaved along the sides. It looks a little bit younger, but he seems to be more the one in charge. Katerina, you know you have been forbidden to sing that song.
Whoa.
By the order of the Baroness Salis, we will going to put you under arrest. He kind of looks to the other one. Arrest her. And they start kind of approaching and going to arrest her.
Oh shit.
Damn.
What? What? You're gonna arrest her for singing that beautiful song?
Yes.
Yeah,
Damn.
Ludoviticus kind of does he recognize the willow symbol?
It's 100% the House of Salis
Okay.
symbol. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe you have
Yeah,
a
he
slight different
steps-
variation of it, but yeah.
He steps in front of Katrina and kind of puts her behind him.
Katerina.
What are you doing? What is
Oh.
going on here?
He kind of like gives you a little bit of look. Sir Ludoviticus, I apologize, but we have orders here. Katerina is to be put under arrest. Your Arts has put out a very strict edict to be. The Lay of the Eternal Garden is not to be sung until things have been resolved. And Katarina has already proven to be disregarding your aunt's orders and edicts.
He looks confused and just like appalled. Arrest her for singing a song. Are you quite serious?
Doesn't sound like a
Yes.
song to me.
Until what is resolved? And what do you mean until all this is resolved?
I believe you're all aware of the situation with the Baroness's son, Orlando? And him going missing?
I missed that.
These are figures locally. It's like, it'd be like the son of the governor, right? Like, maybe you know who that character is. Maybe you've heard that they've gone missing recently.
Okay.
It's up. I'll let you choose. You can roll a history check or whatnot, but these are local figures. Like, maybe you know the son of the Baroness by reputation or not, but you're also like, some of you guys are just hardworking people. You probably don't give a crap about the tabloids kind of thing, right? So,
Yeah.
your choices.
Yeah, I don't really know much about
I do
that.
think the Silver Lodge actually would have heard about the disappearance of Orlando having occurred, because I do think they would have inquired at some point of, we might need to hire you if things aren't being resolved soon. Or like there might have been, I kind of like the idea of maybe they reached out, but at the time the Silver Lodge was more general, like, we don't do missing persons. We usually do monster hunting. Are you aware of a monster involved? And from them, they didn't have any proof of any sort of like monstrous or evil or something barbaric involved. So it's like, we don't do missing persons. I'm sorry. If you're okay with me defining that for the Silver Lodge,
That's fine. I
yeah.
mean, I imagine them more of like a darker, like Monster Hunter genre type establishment, except smaller.
Yeah.
And
What does that
yeah,
have to do with a song?
Well, if you need to understand the full story of it, one moment. This song puts the wrong ideas in people's minds and thoughts. It persuades them to do things otherwise they probably would not do.
Fall in love?
Worse, fall in love and run off. You all aware Juliana of House Kyria is also missing? Ludovicus, you would know. I think by reputation, this is very Romeo and Juliet. Oh, House
Yeah.
Kyria, the forbidden, the rival house.
Yeah, I know. He kind of laughs at what Aldo is saying. It is not an uncommon occurrence for nobles to run away from their families. Trust me.
It is when you're the inheritor to the title of Baron here in the Grey Hollow Lands. I apologize, but until Katarina has broken the law, it is very explicit. She knew better. Katarina just smile like at you, Ludovicus. She's like, yeah, I knew what I was doing.
Oh, okay.
By the way, there is still a major reward for anyone who can pass through the Crystal Cave, the Cave of Echoes, and retrieve the Baroness's son.
Oh,
Kind of reward.
would this be Ludo's cousin that he would know of?
To be
Or
fair, I
just-
think like maybe second cousin, but you know
Okay.
Orlando. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
I know his name, but I've like never met him or something. Okay.
Well, you probably met at functions, right? But
Okay.
I let you define
Yeah,
that,
not
right? But
close.
you guys
Okay.
would have been like, yeah, if you're close or not, but you would have
Right.
met him or seen him.
Right. Okay. I think Ludovicus would. I think he's gonna cast Minor Illusion as a cantrip and make a sound behind them, and kind of put his hand behind his back and do like this motion to Katarina, like, get out of here.
Remember, I'm very strict about spell casting in a
Mhm.
public place. It is very much
Right.
you are casting minor illusion.
Right.
So
Okay, so
unless you have an
we're-
ability or if it's coming from a magic item.
You could always, I don't know if you have subtle spells when you're magic item.
Oh, I don't think
that
she did
thing.
choose that.
I don't think
but-
I didn't choose subtle. Yeah.
I love that one.
I wouldn't allow it in this exact moment, but if again, if you're feeling out your character and like, oh, you know about subtle spell, if that, and it kind of does feel like it would fit him as a character, feel free to change it out. Don't feel like you're locked in. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But
'cause
no-
I
no
wasn't sure
pressure.
about the meta magic. Yeah.
Yeah, subtle spell is
Um,
specifically for this kind of moment, right?
Yeah.
It kind of makes things easier.
Actually, now I'm thinking
is
about it. It
pretty-
does make sense because he does have like a lot of utility spells. Okay. Yeah, I'll change that out.
So, unfortunately, I do not think that your aunt is going to be changing, or the lady will be changing her mind anytime soon until that is resolved. So, in the meantime, Carolina, you are under arrest, and you will have to speak to the Baroness for your repeated trespasses.
Well, Luda, looks like you're not getting any tonight.
Can
God.
Can I just interject something real quick? Sorry, Dalen of the Silver Lodge.
Yes?
I've heard of the whole situation, and it's not, it's not awesome. But to be honest, I never really paid that much attention to it, and I was always willing
We
to
all
help
should
with
be paying
anything.
attention to when a noble
Okay, well,
inheritor is vanished, probably against his own will.
Let me shorten up what I'm trying to say here. The Silver Lodge, the first thing we do is hunt monsters,
Silver
but the
Lodge.
second thing we
Mhm.
do is protect people. And to be frank, all I saw tonight was a woman singing a beautiful song on a stage. She's not going anywhere.
I'm going to paint the picture of Grey Hollow, right? Unfortunately, it is an aristocracy. The nobles have all the power. I'm not saying
Yeah.
you can't stand up to them and be a dick about it, or not be a dick about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, be very like, but you're standing in front of a police officer and you're interfering with an arrest.
I have negative charisma.
I'm not saying not to, but
You're
it,
muted.
yeah.
I was saying that doesn't mean negative charisma doesn't mean you're stupid. Would your
No.
character realistically be like, oh yeah, I'll definitely get thrown in jail for this person?
The guard does step up to you. If it's so important for the Silver Lodge, maybe they would have taken the lady up with her offer of a contract. It was very generous, and you all threw it in her face.
Sounds like
If you
that.
hunt monsters, perhaps you should be hunting Juliana. She has corrupted the inheritor. He sees that's Ludoviticus, and he's just like, he wants to say something, but he's like,
Yeah, go ahead and say something.
mhm.
I'll go to my auntie. I think at this moment, I would do minor illusion and do. I think it's sound or sight, and I think I'm gonna do like a scream outside.
Let's look at minor illusion, because
Okay.
honestly, I don't remember the old one, and it could have even been updated.
Right.
So yeah,
I think it did get updated because I looked at it and I was like, oh, okay.
let's take a look. And unfortunately, the lookup thing doesn't work in Avray. It's the old one.
Right.
So minor illusion.
Cast at will for 1 minute.
You create a sound or image of
So
an
it's-
object within range that lasts for the duration. I'll copy and paste it for everyone to kind of see. Because this is also
Sound
one of
or
those
an
things where I'm
image.
like,
Yeah.
you all can also help me make sure I'm making correct calls on stuff. Because my GM brain, I skim so much. You create a sound. That is the vision of the vision.
A lion's roar would be great.
Mhm.
It sounds wrong. Can
I
range from
remember
whisper
because
to
last
scream
time it was
views.
like
One of
you
those
can
sound
create like an
cues, sound
illusion and
cues
that kind of stuff, but
throughout the duration, make me discrete sounds. Maybe you create an image of an object. You're going for a sound, right? Is that what you said?
sound, yeah,
Okay.
because now it's defined by a sound or an image. So I'll do a sound, something that's startling, like a scream that would cause them to turn around and investigate.
Ooh, that will need to be a deception check because as you begin to cast the spell, they have weapons and they do kind of reach down and they're looking at what you're about to do, but you're also of the house, though a distant relative, and they're not
Mhm,
necessarily going
mhm.
to just straight up attack you. So go ahead and do a deception check for me.
Could it be with advantage because I'm being a dick? Kind of drawing attention.
I don't think so, because spellcasting would, for trained guards, would definitely just focus in on it. Fortunately, this is your charisma character doing a deception, so
Mhm, yeah, I got a 12, so that's a 22.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. And so what is the sound you try to do?
Let's just do like a high pitch, like wailing scream, like a typical like woman scream.
Everyone kind of begins to scream. The two guards then turn to see who is screaming, and the crowd like, "Oh my lord!"
And then Ludo would make the motion for Homegirl to get the fuck out of here, like behind his back.
Funny enough, I think Katarina in this moment comes over to you quickly, and she whispers into your ear, "I don't want to be a prisoner on the run. This is my home. I'd rather just do the time."
Why didn't you leave with that?
I know. He looks down at her and he's like, "They will arrest you."
Yes, I knew what I was doing. And I just think they would. She kind of like smiles, knowing you are part of the house. I didn't think any of them would be here at the Laughing Moon. It's not usually their kind of place. And I don't like being told what to do, but I don't want to make matters worse. If I fled, they could behead me.
Behead? Is that what she said?
Mm-hmm.
I guess you can keep the head as memento.
Ludovicus is kind of shocked at like the barbarity of his house because he doesn't really know this side of his house, but so he looks taken back, doesn't really say anything.
If you want to help, find your cousin or whatever he is. Your second cousin, third cousin, fourth cousin? Not sure.
First cousin, I believe.
If you want to help. And she does kind of like use her charms on you and just runs a finger down your chest. If you could help a woman in distress. Speak to your aunt if you need to.
Say yes.
Jesus, I thought I was the one at the top of my game.
She is a bard.
Right, yeah. Of course, I will try my best.
Might make a little bit of coin in the process.
Mm.
I have plenty of coin, my dear. Don't worry about that.
Well. And the guard turns around. All I saw was that goblin woman, but you don't seem like that's the kind of scream you would make.
That was
Were
my
you?
screaming.
No.
I'm sorry.
That's
Quite
with him.
strange, I do say.
Just it's very high pitched. It's annoying.
Or it could be that jittering girl in the back.
Are there illegal substances being used here at the Laughing Moon Inn? I would hate to have to put an extra penalty while we're here.
No,
just be
Aldo,
rude.
you have one job. Now just complete this job and then you can always come back later, right?
Mm-hmm. If that is all, Sir Ludovicus, we'll be taking Katarina now.
He like reluctantly steps to the side and lets her through. He's doesn't understand why she wants to go with him, but doesn't stop her either.
Take it up with your aunt if you have any issues. The lady would love to speak to you, I'm sure. Come.
I'm sure.
And they leave.
Thalen, as they like take her and she doesn't seem to resist, he's like, sorry about that, guys. It's the whiskey and the milk. It's, Sorry.
Ooh.
There's
Ooh,
a
my
lot
God.
of grumbling from everyone in the tavern inn as
Yeah,
we
what's
leave.
the read of the room like when these
Very
guards
upset.
come in?
Um,
Upset. Like they
yeah,
don't like this house?
so the house definitely has. So the Baroness is in charge of the region. Different townships could have their own like town guard and such, but Great Hollow always has a bit of a reputation for being a little more independent. But it's like that house, the house guards showing up. It's like how rude, but technically they have jurisdiction. It's like the FBI showing up in your
Oh,
local
yeah,
jurisdiction and like
yeah.
taking your
It's
drug
extra.
bus.
It's
Yeah,
extra. Yeah.
and it's like she's not tyrannically evil, but the Baroness is known to be heavy-handed and a dick. You know, just like
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my god.
Runs in the family.
What was that?
I do think, to be fair,
down
Ludoviticus,
there.
you having like such a casual conversation with the guards and people overhearing that you're family, there would be some mumbling and grumbling.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Everyone looking at me now.
Mhm.
Okay. Yep. I'm an op now. I'm a narc.
Yep.
Yep.
You ain't get no more game in this podcast.
Ruined everything for me.
So you're from the House of Salad, huh?
It is not salad. It's Salus.
Oh.
I come from a different, the same house, yes, but not this house. If that makes sense for you.
No.
You,
What?
no.
You sound like you're being
Of course.
pedantic.
Neither of us said no.
For the common folk, you may have one immediate family. I myself have 50 cousins that I haven't even met yet. So
Oh, is that why you're like that?
It really
Man.
explains a lot about you.
It just means that my family likes to
Very fertile.
populate. Yes, populate a lot. That's how
It
we
means you
spread.
didn't get enough attention at home, and so that is why you act like this. I see.
Collect what?
You know.
Oh, I know.
Thank you.
Why am I being the one targeted here? I'm the most sophisticated and normal one here. You three were the ones rolling around on the ground, wrestling each other.
Well, you lost a girl.
And you've never had one. How about that?
I'm fine with that. How would you know?
Just by looking at you. Yes, I can tell.
Maybe can we refocus? Poor Katerina. We should go looking for your cousin so that at least she could be released, maybe forgiven.
So I think like while Micah was on the ground, he didn't realize that you're a Goliath, and he just like looks up. Good God, you are one rather large woman.
Yes, I am.
Not saying that's a bad thing, but you just
Now,
startled
I
me.
didn't think you meant it that way before, but now I do.
No, that's I mean quite an advantage for someone of your talents.
And
Mm.
what talents are you talking about?
You tell me, my dear. You were the one rolling about on the ground.
I don't think they need to breathe.
What?
Quite right, I don't.
Oh.
I'm sorry, wait, did you just steal my pickup line?
Nah, you messaged that to her. So I wasn't able to hear it.
Oh, yeah, okay, good.
So,
Don't be go taking my lines now.
your deceptive message.
But I do agree. Perhaps I came here to get away from my other family, and now I've come here, and this family almost seems worse. Perhaps we should find
How
my
many
cousin and put an
families
end
do you
to it.
have?
5 that I've been to.
Why? You don't all
Dude.
live together?
My chair keeps fucking sinking, and it's irritating me. The thing, like the where you do the level on your chair, it just like keeps doing this like every 30 seconds, so I keep sinking. Okay.
What
Your
is it on?
piston might be going out in your chair.
It's yep,
Or you-
it's
or you-
barely,
Your
it's
family
hanging on for
doesn't?
dear life,
Or you're just getting swole.
or that, or fat.
Yeah. No. Swole.
Yes, this is I've met my aunt a few times, but she isn't really the one for socializing that much. She seemed very focused on her immediate family.
Well, I don't have anything going on in the foreseeable future.
I'm sure that this house can pay you. I mean, we are quite wealthy.
They
Not
did say
not
substantial
me, but
reward.
yes, she will pay you. And if you help me, this will perhaps help the town a little bit, at least until they stop staring at me.
I think we could get Katerina out.
I would love to get Katerina out.
Mm.
Oh, you didn't have to say it like that. We really do need a new fence, so. Well, I'll help as best I can. And I'm gonna go pick up my great axe that was propped up in the corner. This great axe,
Oh.
by the way, is like almost as tall as I am. It's like 7 feet tall. And
Taller
with a
than
blade like probably larger than
most of us.
Brunka's entire body.
Great.
Absolutely.
That
Oh, God, we're
will come
leaving.
in handy, yes.
I'm leaving tonight.
I don't see why not.
We
Oh
can-
yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine.
I'm not gonna be much help. You hear Tula say.
Are you sure you should come in your state?
Personally, maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
That wasn't.
I would
an
think
answer.
that coffee would help you. Is my assumption about a coffee wrong?
It might. Guess we'll have to see, right?
Are you have the notorious crash that comes after the coffee?
Sometimes it's random. I'll
Random.
take like little naps.
You
Naps.
sleep?
I sleep. Randomly.
Enough?
Occasionally. Yeah.
Occasionally, as in a few hours or a few days.
It depends on how much I drink.
And how much have you had tonight?
She just kind of shrugs her shoulders. I don't know. I was watching you guys wrestle. However long that was.
You look back where she had been sitting for most of the night. You see like 8
like-
espresso martini glasses just over there.
Espresso martinis will fuck you
Yeah.
up.
Yep.
Maybe like, are those whiskey shot bottles? No, those are like all espresso shot cups too on the table.
All right. What about the rest of you?
Yeah, I'll
Yep.
come.
Right.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
I have
I
nothing
high
else.
five all my new wrestling buddies and say, "Let's go save your cousin and Katerina."
Does your cousin, does he like to wrestle? Will he wrestle with us since you are a party pooper?
I wouldn't count on it, but there is always a chance. He could be, a fanatic fan of wrestling. I don't
All
really
right.
know him. Yes.
Good enough
Oh,
for me.
that's better.
Mm-hmm. We'll test him out.
Right. As long as he comes back in one piece, I truly don't care.
Can't promise.
What about one
Right.
large piece and like one smaller separate piece?
I can fudge the story a little bit when it comes to my aunt, but a noble losing his limbs gets a little hairy.
To be an entire limb, just a finger.
Otto.
I know a
Why-
tabaxi once who lost his whole arm. It was fine.
That doesn't sound. I don't believe that that happened. Actually,
It's real.
Sounds impossible.
What in the hells is a tabaxi?
It's like
what?
if a cat was a person. He was very tall.
A cat is a person, right? I suppose there's all manner of creatures out there.
Also, isn't the owner of the bar a cat person?
It's a cat.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Little tabby cat.
Oh,
Oh,
Carls, look at that. Stretchy.
So the plan is leave tonight for some godforsaken reason.
you can leave in the morning.
That would be nice. Are we like on a time crunch here? Ludo Bagman.
Ludoviticus, thank you.
Ludovico.
Little Bagman? What? No. In the morning is fine. As a treat to you all, I will buy the rooms.
And rounds.
And
Oh,
one round. Oh,
I
okay. Okay.
No, I should probably go home and tell my brothers and sisters and cousins and my aunt and uncle, my dad, that I'll be gone for a couple of days. She absolutely
Okay.
lives in one of those giant ass farmhouses with like a multi-generational family. There's like 20
Nice.
of them.
Nice.
Sure. It's just it's like a farm. It's like a giant farm. They do like they have a really she works in the orchard, so she does lots of like wood cutting and stuff like that, hauling like, dead trees and logs and stuff like that. But yeah, it's like a whole big farm, very permaculture, very hippie. Yep.
All right.
Yeehaw.
Well, I'm Kane, if no one got my name, other than since we started wrestling.
Nice to
Kane
meet you, Kane.
Haran. Of the Haran clan, who is all dead.
Oh,
Oh.
that's unfortunate to hear. I'm Thalen. I'm with the I'm with the Silver Lodge.
Are you
maybe.
sure? Yourself.
Am I rolling this? I rolled a natural 1, so a 0.
Oh,
A
okay.
0.
Everybody understands your line.
Oh, okay.
And you said your name was, and she points to the goblin who I've been wrestling with all night, but has never actually introduced herself.
Oh, right. You may call me Brunka. And
Brunka.
I will be spending the rest of the evening here drinking if anyone would like to join me.
Oh, that's what I'll probably do too.
And then she walks
That'd be
off to go
cool.
get a drink, and that's where I'm going to sign off for the evening since I have
Aw.
to. be
Good
up
night,
early.
Megan.
Oh,
Night.
okay.
Good luck.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
I forgot she was leaving early.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask her about the runes when it comes to drinking.
Yeah, Michael.
Oh, good.
Brunka.
Lunka.
Yeah, you gotta do French.
Yep. It's a goblin.
Yeah.
Bonjour, croissant. That's gonna turn southern.
Oh. Je ne parle pas français.
Hold on. You all know that my name is Ludoviticus of House
Salad.
Salad. I
Salad.
want to say salad. Salis. House Salis.
House salad sounds pretty good right now.
House Salus.
With a little bit of blue cheese.
Ludovidicus. Yes.
Ludovico. Yes.
Your parents were very creative.
Yes, I get that a lot, actually.
They created you.
Well, I'm gonna go let my family know that I'll be gone for a little bit. I'll meet you all here in the morning. Bright and early, shall we say dawn?
Dawn works fine, my dear.
Get a
Sounds
good
good to me.
head start. I'll bring breakfast.
Oh, yes. I'll eat breakfast.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Mm.
She'll bring a basket of eggs, a couple some rashers of bacon, and like a bunch of like fresh peaches or something.
Okay. Healthy
Well,
all around breakfast.
mm.
Sure. Probably, I mean, probably the clustered in like the kitchen, um, shelling peas or something. There's like a group of like my grandma, my aunt, my other aunt, my mom, my older sister, my uncle and his brother, just like endless like, iterations of family members. Probably a cluster of, like the 6 or 7 oldest people in the clan. And I would go up to them and uh, say, I've come across an opportunity to, to make some money and do some good. There's a missing noble kid, and I met some people who might be able to help find him. Um, if you're okay, I know the harvest is mostly over. If you're okay, I would like to try and go find him, and hopefully it can bring back enough money to fix that fence that the uh, wargs tore down in the last week. I was gonna say coyotes. Somewhere called the Crystal Cave, I think. Totally. You know, you know of this cave? What you can ask for favors or answers? Is there a question that we would need answered now? Yeah, I think I think there is. I would like to come up with one. I don't know one off the top of my head, but I would love to come up with a little mini plot hook. Um, she tells me of the thing that would help the family. Yeah. Well, I will I will do my best. Chasing silly stories of gardens. She'll stand a little taller and kind of plant her feet and say, "Well, I will come back." She she grabs his head and starts giving him like a noogie. Kind of thunk my head against his. It'll be fine. Oh, cute.
I imagine everybody in that family is like shredded, even the old woman.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. This is a built family. Packed. 100%.
Mm.
It's like me. Oh, damn it, Megan left. It's like me at D&D night at D&D when I bring like haul my like all of my like yesterday I brought in not yesterday it's Sunday. I brought a giant thing of like Thai basil and like 2 giant handfuls of noodle beans because I'm like trying to. I have too many beans, you guys. I can't keep eating anymore. I'm so
Too
done
many
with these
beans.
beans. Anyway, yeah, when you have too much of one kind of produce and you've eaten so much of it, you are just shoving it at anyone who will take it.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was actually gonna say, I don't. He's kind. I don't know if he would mention the Silver Lodge because he's like that. He's probably that type of person. Who's like, I don't want to think about it. You know what? I'll cross that bridge when I come there. But he does. Like the tavern's pretty quiet now, right? At least it has no music. Right. I Yeah. Yeah. Well, Thalen will provide some music,
Mm.
and
Oh.
he's going to play both a hand drum and a pipe flute or pan flute at the same time.
Hand,
Oh
Dang.
no. Oh no.
hand flute and a hand drum? Pan flute.
Performance? Oh. Oh wait, I can do that. Well, I have a feat. Well, I'll roll it anyway. 3. I guess while I'm proficient. It's yeah, I'm proficient with them. It's where is it? Musician, the musician feat. I have the musician feat.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. I'm proficient with a hand drum, a lute, and a flute. Or a pan flute.
Loot the flute.
I'll no, it's not
So
my
you're gonna
dex. It's
so you're gonna play the flute like this and
oh my
hitting the
god.
drum.
I mean, it's 13. Yeah. Strength and proficiency, and I
Hey,
rolled a 5.
you're hitting that drum hard.
Mm.
Well, it's more like I like to think it's more. It's not like a
The
performance
Jumanji
so
beat.
much. It's just kind of a casual background
Mm.
tune, and
Ambient. Kinda.
oh no,
Mm.
no.
You have summoned me. That's funny.
Yeah. But another factor for this is it's not a particularly good tune, but it's distracting. And among the people that are still here, well, I guess it's just three of you. So, well, let's see. Yeah, the three of you that are at the tavern still get,
Mhm.
well, the three of you get a heroic inspiration.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
heck yeah. Very nice. Very nice.
Poor Micah.
Yeah, I
my
was like,
Do I
oh
get?
no, they're going home.
I mean, I could have gone home after. Yeah.
Well, now
I was gonna go
okay.
home
You
at
know
the end of the
what?
night.
I can only do three. No, it's only up
Oh,
to
that's
three.
okay. Then that's fine.
Oh, to 3. Okay.
Yeah. Probably.
Ludoviticus.
Ludovico.
Well, if it was like a contest,
Ludovico.
I would have rolled like a d6 or
Ludo.
something and see who got it. But next time I'll roll. So it's not. I'm not
I
picking.
will say that like Ludoviticus, like he does try not to spend the night alone, and not like I don't want him to like come off as across as like just like a sleazeball, but he's got some like deeper psychological
He's got
issues of like
needs.
where he cannot like be alone. Not to say, well, I mean, he can't stand being by himself and being
You know
alone.
what? As long as you
You can
find a
sleep next to
consenting
me.
adult, there's nothing
Yeah,
wrong with it.
yeah,
You can sleep next to me. It's okay.
yeah. No, I'm good with that. Okay. I'll roll it because I think that he's not like tip top on his game. He's having to start rush after Katarina.
Yeah. Also, to be fair, everybody fucking hates you right now.
Well, I rolled a 26, so okay. His like Air
Oh, it's
Genasi's
not.
like Air Genasi's have like that very like light blue hair, so like his is just he has glorious fucking hair. It's like curly, takes pride in it. Yeah, it's like a cloud that billows around him. Yeah, but on a serious note, I think I was gonna ask you because I know it's a harvest moon tonight. He's a lunar sorcerer. Does that like
Ooh.
have I was gonna say like as he's sleeping, does that have any effect like on his sleep or on his like magic? Um mhm. Mhm.
Oh shit.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Wild magic.
Yeah,
search.
because the only lunar phases that he has that as far as like magic is full moon, crescent, and harvest moon. I want to say, or no, not harvest, something else. Yeah, something. Not harvest moon. Right. Mm. It just like drained. Okay. Oh, okay. Up and down. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Feeling like a roller coaster. Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's how he spends his night going up and down, and then doesn't spend the night alone. Not with Kane. His
it's
fucking
okay.
scaly lizard ass. Get away from me.
It's okay. I sleep in the nude anyways. You won't see.
Great.
You'll be all right.
I'm just bully for you.
Oh, here's a.
Mm-hmm.
The whole family's just fucking wired.
She went to go.
No, I got a
The
mechanical
entire
question.
family has
Sorry,
ADD.
I'm getting some tea. Hold on.
Can I use the heroic inspiration I have now to enforce my musician feat and do a +4 instead of a +3? I will give that one to Micah then. So, I have one right now, and like I added it to that. Well, no, it's no roll. I just want to add my inspiration into this, so it's 4 people instead of just 3. Yeah, that's yeah. Mm-hmm. So I can give it to 3 people normally, but if I use mine and put it into that, I can give it to 4 people. Is my question? Okay, yeah. So now everybody here has a heroic inspiration,
Oh.
Excellent.
and I will regenerate mine
Nice.
tomorrow morning.
Ooh.
Well, he was gonna, so, Burka. Was it Burka? Blanca? What are these? Bronca.
Brunka. Brunka.
Brunka.
Bronca.
Okay.
Brunka.
Yeah,
The
it's
eclipse
mainly.
is peaking for me right now. I'm gonna go look at it. So hold on.
Go.
Basically, he be. I know. Well, Megan's gone, but he's gonna probably investigating her with that more. Yep. Because I know I sent you a little backstory, but the runes have definitely has some kind of significance to Cain as more of something that he doesn't want to really tiptoe around because of what happened.
Okay.
So he'd be mainly questioning about that when Megan's around. So, but anyways,
Are these
he'll be
runes,
at the bar.
are they magic related or just like historic?
Do you
So-
ask him in character?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before Leviticus goes upstairs, like yeah.
You're talking to a girl. You're like, wait 1 second. I gotta ask someone a question. Hey, what's up with your runes?
Excuse me, my dear. Pause for 1 second.
Not been the brief
Well,
moment. All this, you can ask him about it. During all
You-
the-
Yeah.
You won't see the only runes you would see on Cain will be on his lance.
Mm.
Okay. I mean, I know sorcerers are different from wizards, and I haven't studied magic,
But you still have arcane knowledge. You can still roll
right,
Arcana.
arcane knowledge. Okay.
Yeah, if you think your character be like, oh, I'm kind of interested in what's going on here. On that.
Yeah, I think he's more of like he's kind of the black sheep of the noble family, where he's like, I want to know about the world and not just about myself. It's a 12. Man.
I'll leave that up to
Yeah,
you,
so-
Kane, if you think it's enough for him to understand.
Yeah. Well,
It could
You
be
would
very esoteric,
understand-
but-
you with the 12, you would understand that there is a rune on his lance. It's like a reddish rune, but you don't the engraving of the rune is a little different from
Right.
what you've known from different magic.
Okay.
So it's undefined, but you know it's of a magic source, but you don't know
Okay.
what kind. You don't know what it entails.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's enough for him to be intrigued. Now, Kane, was it? I do say, do you have runes on your weapon? Does that help you at all? I've never seen runes like that before.
Yes and no.
ruins.
Will
It
you
does.
elaborate?
It helps gets the job done, but it's always, to me, it's a curse.
curse.
That I'll
What?
never. It leaves a haunting memory for me that I must carry on.
The ruins are a result of something unfortunate that you've gone through.
Yes.
Oh. I'm sorry to hear that. Would you mind elaborating? Or if it's too painful, of course.
Maybe another time.
Right. I myself don't have any runes. I mean, not that I know of, but I mean, nobody's ever told me I've had any runes. I've had plenty of people, Anyway,
It's a good thing. Because sometimes runes can be a curse.
I'm trying to think like if Ludoviticus would know the nature of runes. If they're like are they mostly like dwarf related and like words of power, that kind of stuff, or is it?
Roll an Arcana or History check.
I know.
More broadly.
Yeah.
It's hard being a fucking spellcaster.
You're just like Caleb.
I know. That's a 10.
When it comes to intelligence check.
Yeah,
You said
yeah.
10.
He doesn't really know much about runes. Just basic knowledge.
Above table, I think Charlie, you can change this and adjust it, but traditionally the runes are rooted in giant arcane
Yeah.
practices.
Yeah, that's what Lauren knows.
And
don't
I
know if
think
Ludoviticus knows
is
that.
it that dwarves use giant runes? I think in like the
Yes.
Forgotten Realms, right?
Yeah.
I think that's
Mhm.
Cool. You're not stuck to that at all, Charlie. By the way, you have a very big I see in your backstory. You have a lot of dragonborn stuff, so it could be a completely different. It does not have to be giant related at all. It could be draconic related if you wanted.
It would be more draconic.
Totally.
Because the lore is based around those runes is based around draconic upbringing. So
Okay.
from his world.
And that might be something that throws you off. It's just like you've seen runes
Okay.
before, but these are different and odd.
Yeah, this is
and-
something I've never seen before. Okay,
Mm.
okay. Well, either way, I've always been very fascinated with other forms of magic. I mean, my magic comes inherently from inside me, but I suppose that's not the same for everyone.
These runes are inherited, in a sense,
Oh,
given.
you're also inherited as well.
But given.
By whom? You don't have to answer if you don't wish to.
Maybe another time.
It's like the NPC where you're really trying to like dig into like their backstory and you just keep getting denied every time.
I haven't thought about that yet. Stop.
This is really just Bob the shopkeeper. Bob the shopkeeper
know.
has no backstory.
Maybe another time.
I
maybe another
love
time,
developing
right.
NPCs
But-
backstories on the spot. I love
So-
it.
Yeah.
The backstory is developed. I'm actually
Okay.
leaning in.
He's
keeping
that's
it
That's
because of
100%. I know that's exactly what Charlie's character is doing. Yeah. You're a hard nut to crack. Well, this has been a very educational night. I suppose I shall find myself a companion and turn in. Wonderful talking to you.
Yep. Same with you. I guess we'll carry out tomorrow. I mean, there's plenty of ladies around here, or dudes, whatever you're into.
Both. He says with like no, yeah. He's not shy about that.
Okay.
Ta-ta! And he
Whatever.
goes off to
Oh
male
my
or female,
god.
whichever one fancies his eye.
Whoever will take them tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Tula, you were here, but then you left. But then you never tell me if you brought back the beans from the pulling back into that if you want.
She kind of like opens her eyes a little bit.
Oh
What?
no.
Is this the crash?
Oh, are you crashing? Oh, I'm sorry.
After the
Here,
crash.
I got some more coffee. We just brewed some. It's always fresh pot. Here you go. And it's like
Okay,
dawn is
okay.
peaking.
She just starts chugging. Okay, I'm here. What's going on?
Oh, did you have a good night? Did you have a good harvest festival? What's going on? Everything's good? Did you bring any beans
Yeah.
back? We're almost out of
Yeah,
beans.
Yeah. Beans? Yes.
I'm not forcing this, but I love the idea that you were like maybe supposed to go out to get these special beans, but you forgot.
Yep.
And you're like, I need to go out into the Fae and get the magic Fae beans that I promised him I'd get them during the harvest moon. do you want that for like a silly like
Yeah,
plot hook, maybe?
Yeah.
You've got to get the beans, Tula. We need them. What are we gonna do without the Fae beans?
We need them, right?
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Oh yeah, we
You
have
see
to.
You see grandma smashing up a bean in the background, just snorting it.
No, she's drinking coffee, but as we know, like Fae weed in some of my games could be a little funky. I wonder what
Mhm.
caffeinated Fae weed would be
Oh my God.
like.
No.
They're actually drug addicts.
We can
Nick
leave that
kinda had to wait,
undefined for now.
sure.
They kind of grab you like, you need to go to the Cave of Echoes. You need to find the Eternal Garden. There, only there, is the special bean tree. The tree
Oh,
of beans.
I can't wait.
You've got to find your way.
We're gonna
You've got
hoard
to
it
bring
all,
it
right, guys? Gonna hoard it all.
back. Bring.
Kinda
Why are you still here?
why
You need to
not?
go. Go to the Cave of Echoes. Find us the beans. Go to like freaking out.
And then she just
The
like
door
passes out
opens.
again.
And boom, slam.
Breakfast is here.
Do you see this family is quite fanatic?
Next morning, you guys are all gathered at the Laughing Moon Inn, and
Breakfast.
I'm unloading
Yeah.
the parcels for breakfast. And these are my uncle's famous blueberry muffins. And my aunt made some blueberry fruit leather for the road for us. And then here we've got, and she's just gonna keep like pulling shit out.
I'm
Well.
actually allergic to blueberries.
And more
Oh,
from
don't
me.
worry. There's some strawberry ones
I-
too.
I just
She has a
I-
whole
I-
arsenal of berries.
I lied. I don't know why.
If you prefer, we've got some. We made the oat harvest was really great this year. We've got a lot of granola.
Ooh, I
Blueberries
love
fine.
granola.
Ooh, some fresh
There you
milk.
go.
Not Patula. Tula would just be rubbing her eyes. What happened last night?
You didn't go with Luda, did you?
Who?
Oh
Luda.
no. The caffeine blackout's real.
Oh god.
Do you guys have coffee?
No, no
Mike
one has
does, yeah,
coffee. And
coffee.
he like looks around to the owner and like does like
It's the morning. There's smell of freshly
I
brewed
know,
coffee
yeah.
filling
This is,
the
like, moment
tavern.
where they have coffee the most.
We always
Well, if
have
nobody
coffee.
has coffee. Well, I'm just gonna bring out my bottle of coffee, which is a bottle of Boundless
Why didn't-
coffee.
Oh, they do have coffee.
I gotta roll
here,
a
yes.
D20.
Wait, what kind of coffee? What'd you say?
It's the common item, bottle of Boundless coffee.
Oh, you have a
Yay.
bottle of Boundless coffee. Yes.
That-
You say you have to roll a d20. What's that for?
It says
It's a
roll
random
a
effect.
d20 on a 1. The bottle refuses to dispense coffee for the next hour. If
Oh,
I
God.
pour the coffee from the bottle rather than drinking from it, the coffee vanishes for the moment. It
So-
leaves the bottle.
This literally could be like the most cursed item for a coffee drinker. Of like, oh, I just need coffee. And she's like, where's my coffee? Where's my coffee? This is my nightmare.
An hour is a long time in the morning without coffee.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 10.
There you
So
go.
did you say it was only a nat 1 where it like kind of malfunctions or something?
That's what it says.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
just says a 1.
It's one of those things, if you want the chaos and want to bump the DC up, you could, but like I think 10 would be fine, right? Like if you wanted to
Yeah.
increase the chances, make it like a 1 through 5 on a D20 roll or something, you could. But
Ooh,
If you
I
really
like
wanna-
that idea.
yeah,
What are the repercussions of you not getting your coffee?
that's what I want to find
Or
out.
Mhm.
Withdrawal. Hallucinations.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Tula's actually playing 2 different classes. One's a fighter, and then the other one's a barbarian if she doesn't get coffee.
Right?
But the barbarian has disadvantage on all her checks.
I wonder if I use lesser restoration, but I feel like it wouldn't do anything. She would just go back to her old ways.
I will say Tula is like a really calm person, but when
Oh,
she has
yeah.
her coffee,
When? When is she a calm person?
very random moments. Will she
Okay.
just-
Calm right
yeah.
now.
Calm when we don't need her, right?
Well,
You're
I'm
calm in
so
combat.
calm.
I'll take that.
very calm.
Just got the jitters.
Shitter jitters.
No, she definitely has
Coffee
the
does make you
shitters.
shit.
Yeah, all that
That
coffee.
coffee, yeah, you definitely have the shitters.
The shitters and the jitters.
Do,
The
But
coffee.
Should
yeah,
we have
we
a-
have a delicious breakfast. And then, do we want to hit the road?
Yeah. I think Thalen is concealing himself at the moment.
Oh, over
What does that
breakfast, I
mean?
will tell everyone all the information that my grandmother told me about the crystal cave and how they called it the Cave of Echoes, and it answers questions and gives advice.
Oh,
Sounds
it's dangerous.
Oh,
good for
wow.
Ludo.
Sounds like a sentient cave. Right.
Yes, or something lives in the cave and uses the echoes to answer very, very
This is
important
This
questions.
is kind of
My god, it's probably Gollum.
This is my. I'm sort of trained for stuff like this.
That's a pretty golem.
Perfect.
Good golem.
Because I'm
Kind of.
not.
Well,
Well.
better now than never, I always say. Shall we hit the road?
You can ask
Let's go.
good,
Road, Jack.
you can ask good questions about how to pick up girls that don't go to jail.
Trust me, I pick up girls that go to jail and that don't go to jail.
I saw the one you took to bed last night. That was a face tattoo.
Perhaps he was seeing things, Talon.
Talon?
Oh, I'm sorry, Thalen.
Thalen.
Thalen?
Talon's kind
Gone.
of cool. I'll take Talon.
Oh. No, didn't you have another character named Talon? Or some character named
Tark?
Talon?
He
Are you
did.
talking about Tark?
Okay, never mind.
Someone
never
had
mind.
someone named Talon, I think.
I think so,
Yeah.
yeah. It rang a bell.
Anyway,
Anyway, Thalen. I only pick up
Fit.
those 7 and above.
what?
Oh,
Wait, you
Whoa!
Tula kind of
Oh.
raised her eyebrow.
Whoa.
Wait, you sleep with
Okay.
7? 7
Yeah.
people per night?
Year old?
I have been known
No,
to
like,
stoop
I-
as
like,
low as a
no,
7. Thank you.
Like 7
Oh.
7 on the
Uh,
7 on the
7 on the
rating.
Richter scale.
No.
My god,
Wait,
what the
7
hell
would
are
be
you
attractive
talking
if
about?
Micah's fists were
Or
like
7 that you
slowly
slept.
7 out
clenching.
of 10. You
Yeah, Mike-
absolute moron.
What happened to the
For
other
sure.
3?
Her shoulders were like rising.
Pain.
Her fists were starting to clench when she heard like, "Oh, I'll only go as low as 7," and she was like slowly turned around to you.
No.
Jane's getting up and
Like,
leaving.
No, 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 no.
7-year-old.
7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Good god, on a
Her hand-
scale
her
of
hand-
attractiveness.
Her hand
7.
falls away from where she was going for her.
How in the
Great
That
flying
great
fuck-
accent.
What were you people thinking of?
How do you get
The way you
anybody to
phrased
sleep
that
with
was
you?
very clearly could be taken the wrong way. I
Well-
would work on your phrasing.
Oh,
See?
I have heard of that before. Out of what Thalen? Yeah. What did you say, Thalen?
What in the flying holy hell are you gonna do if your face gets like disfigured or something? You're
Yeah.
fucked.
Probably remake it since I'm a sorcerer. I don't know. Or perhaps it would make me more rugged.
Mm.
No.
I'll give you rugged. She just mutters under her breath as she's like walking away.
Also,
Oh,
7 on
he
the,
like he
7
cocks an
on the
eyebrow at
Richter
you.
scale wasn't exactly a good thing to say either. Just saying. That could
7
also
out
be
of
taken
10
poorly.
isn't that bad. I'm just saying. Your wins and your loses.
Mm.
I give you a solid 3 out of 10, personally.
Do you guys want to say you're having this conversation on the road?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Oh,
I assume like you guys are just like walking out of Grey Hollow. out into the Alderall, into the forest. I'm not trying to interrupt your RP. I love it. I just wanted to.
No, I had in my head. I thought we were walking.
I
Okay, just
figured.
wanted
Oh
to
yeah,
confirm it.
yeah.
Who
He
just
flicks.
stands
He
around?
flicks his like billowing cloud hair. Well, to each his own, I suppose. Some of us have greater taste than others.
I just thought about it. Your hair would actually probably be some of the worst hair to try and keep in check in any sort of breeze.
Yes.
The
It is
slightest
actually,
breeze
like-
is just like.
Yeah. Well, they
Press-
say that
hey,
like they say air genasi
prestidigitation.
have this like slight like gust of wind that surrounds them that moves their hair and their clothes.
Yeah, that is me being silly. Obviously, you can completely fit the
Oh,
image of that of
of
you like
course.
having your hair exactly put, no matter that.
I think it goes with his like his natural allure. You know,
Mhm.
like
Yeah,
he has like
100%.
his hair is just naturally billowing in the wind. Like what's the main guy on those like romance covers? Fabio.
Fabio.
Yeah. It's very Fabio-ish.
We're running around with fucking fantasy.
Fabio-esque.
clothes.
Yes. Yeah, Fabio.
Oh my God.
As far as I know, Fabio wasn't sleazy though. I mean,
Hey,
That's true.
Anyway,
he respects the choice. Okay. He'll make the
Alright.
attempt,
on our
respects the
way to the
choice.
crystal cave.
mhm.
Yes.
It will be a multiple day journey. Nothing's too
Yep.
crazy. We don't have to do anything with that. You know, setting up camp. Not that we have to go into like, what do you do when you camp? I do like Micah. You're probably, doing a lot of the cooking, I imagine, for folks.
Yeah.
Maybe the rangers
Very
picking some
experienced.
stuff up, hunting throughout the way.
I was gonna say, as we travel, two things about Thalen. One, his tracking and survival skills are not good.
Oh.
He's got a +3 to his
What do you
survival
mean?
and a +3 to his perception. Not great.
What
You're a
kind of ranger
ranger!
are you?
It's also not terrible for
However-
this level, though.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad. It's
What kind of
my,
ranger
my
are you?
wisdom is 10 flat.
Okay,
What?
look. I did
However-
not roll very well on my stats.
However,
so my
He
good +3 is a good on the higher end of my
Fair.
ability score, you guys.
he keeps himself covered up most of the time, but he is fucking shredded.
Oh.
Shredded.
Guys, we're so buff.
There's like a scene
Like-
when you guys are at the stream, right? And he's like in your like homeless clothes, like everything's ratty, but you take it off, and there is that moment of like
Yeah,
in the
I mean,
sunlight
yeah,
catches the
I-
muscles and everything's just
I
shredded.
have,
right?
I have a 1 to my dex, a 1 to my wisdom, and a +5 to my strength.
Oh
Wow.
Lord.
Rob did say he's doing a
Catch-
weird ranger build, and I'm here
I'm
for
doing
it.
a weird ranger. He is massive.
You catch Ludoviticus's eye. He's like, oh
My
my. Look what was hidden under those ragged clothes.
Obviously, you don't have to actually have ragged clothes, or we're not going to
Of course.
Caleb Widowgast you, Rob.
If you're not
No,
wearing
he-
if you're not wearing fancy clothes, every clothes is kind of ragged to Ludoviticus.
Fair.
He's got a magic set of plate armor, and he looks okay most of the time. But
Okay. Alright.
obviously, traveling in plate armor, it's probably pretty hard to keep clean.
Okay. So after a brief bathing scene where you guys get a good look at Thalen's
Everyone's
physique, his assets. Anything else you may want to like
Abs.
add anything else to their little journey? Anything they want to add to the little narrative? Okay.
You know, I don't know, the usual druid shit.
Mhm.
I'm picking some, I'm like, oh, look, some burdock root. That's really good for infections. Let me grab some of that, like just foraging, medicinal plants and stuff like that and handing out. Oh, look, wine berries. They're in season now, everybody. Here, come get some. And, very excitable.
This is again, Lauren, Tula, you do not need to take this, but I'm leaning into a Hobbit trope, right? So as you guys are marching, you had first coffee, and then you're like, all right, guys, time to stop for second coffee. And they're like, we can't stop for second coffee. And they're like, what about second coffee? I was like, are we going to get third coffee and fourth coffee and fifth coffee?
You drink while you walk. You drink
Yep.
while you walk.
I was kind of like going towards that route
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
so that works perfect.
Perfect.
Got that endless flask
Yep.
all day long.
Flask.
Love it. chattering like, look at the birds up there, that's really cool, like they're pretty trees here. All right, you guys follow the again. I was going to say Ranger knew this area, but you don't have a good survival, you're not proficient, so you're lost in the woods.
Yeah, rangers don't have the preferred terrain anymore either, so-
Which is, I wonder what they changed for that, because I think that's good, right? Because it's always
to
like,
explore.
I'm forest. All right,
Mm.
the Avenger's now gone to a city. It's like, oh, cool.
What is your modifier for survival?
+3, he
Plus
said
3.
earlier.
Oh,
Mine's
plus
Mine's
three.
also
Okay.
plus
It's not
Okay.
terrible.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not
Okay,
terrible,
good.
but he's
Yeah.
not
I'm proficient in it.
a ranger, like up there.
Gotcha.
All right. And following the instructions that Micah would have gotten from her family, you eventually do make it deeper into the Outer World, and it does. This is when the forest begins to get that very, not spooky, but more. It's you feel the woods more here, right? It's older. This is the old woods. It's very Pacific Northwesty now. That it's like the shadows a little bit deeper, more lush as you get deeper and deeper in. Occasionally, you start seeing a little bit more odd creatures. Did you glimpse a unicorn? Maybe, maybe not, in the sunlight in the glade over there. But you do come to to these little set of mountains, not very big, but they are very rocky. And you follow the directions to the base, and you do now stand before the Cave of Echoes. I think I'm ready for map.
All right, Ludo. Ask your questions.
All right. My first question, though, before we get too much farther, is
No.
who here has dark vision? Kane has dark vision because we've talked about that.
Dragonborns have it
Everybody.
now.
Oh,
Yeah, right?
I don't have dark vision, but I do have a.
What kind of ranger are you?
Okay, Micah, do you have dark vision? You're muted,
You're muted.
Lindsay. Sorry.
I believe so. Where do I find that? I'm looking
Underneath
features and traits?
senses,
Senses.
or it could be it could be another feature and traits, but also senses. Like I think that's clickable near your passive perception scores. And there's a little thing that says senses underneath it.
Yeah, dark vision. Dig.
I don't.
No. Okay. This will
180.
be dark,
He has a
so
light cantrip though.
yeah, start thinking about
believe.
light for those who don't have it. Tula, do you have it?
I'm not seeing any.
What are you, a halfling?
Yeah.
Halflings don't have it.
Okay. Thalen doesn't, but what'd you say you had?
I have my Moon Touch Greatsword, so I can
How much light does that do?
bright light in a 15-foot radius and an additional 15 feet of dim.
'Kay.
So 30 feet.
Okay. And then another
I'll
15.
also do a torch just from. Actually, no, I can't do a torch because I need 2 hands for my weapon. So never mind.
We can now see
I'll stick near to
Thalen's light
Thalen.
source.
Yeah, I'll stick near
Um,
there.
Perfect. And then
Don't take light.
Ludoviticus, do you have
Mhm.
night vision
Yep.
or dark vision?
Yep. 60 feet.
The fuck do Air Genasi have dark vision?
And Goblin probably has.
Shit!
Goblins do, yeah.
Okay.
60
so,
feet.
Kane, did yours
Really?
save? I think so. Kane, you should have it when you move up. Okay.
Kane has 180
Perfect.
feet.
All right. So some of you have the dark vision effect on. Some of you have the light source up. Like for you, for instance, Micah, if I move you in, I don't think anything changes, right? Because you have no effect on. So staying close to what's his name will be the best. But
Wow.
Hmm.
excellent. You stand outside the cave.
All right.
Shall we?
Sure.
Yep.
Yes,
I-
we
So,
shall.
I don't
We
have.
should
One second,
discuss-
let me give me my coffee fix. The second coffee for the day. Hold on.
We
Drink
should
while you
discuss
Uh,
everybody's strong suits so that we know who should go first in exploration and who we might be able to rely on in combat for support and cover fire and things like that. And you all look, I mean, most of you, and your eyes kind of like glance over Ludoviticus a little bit. Most of us look pretty hardy, difficult to
Like,
put
put a hand
down.
to his chest, offended.
Well,
I
look
have
at
a
the-
very muscular swimmer's build, alright? Just because I'm not plated in armor.
Mm,
That was directed at me. Why are you?
Yeah.
What are you coming at for me for? Fuck you.
what is your
okay.
what are you said you're a sorcerer, you're a magician. What kind of magic do you do?
Card tricks.
All kinds, my dear. I've quite an arsenal. I mean, I'm not a go-getter and, punch and kick and all that, but, I do have a couple tricks up my sleeve.
Okay. All right. She mutters under her breath a little bit, like, that's not helpful. Tula, what about you? How do you best,
I have this bow. She pulls it out. And then I can do some spells. But yeah, this bow right here does the job pretty well.
I myself
And
can
there's-
get very close and I can take a punch. And I like to hit
Who the
things.
bloody fucking hell is that?
You don't recognize Bronca's
Oh.
voice.
Oh, Bronca. Sorry.
I'm not even.
I'm sorry, it's so different.
Oui. If I do a French voice, it
Oui,
comes out like
yeah.
this, and that does not. I do not think this is Bronca's voice.
I was
But-
like, did we hire a guide?
I've been here this whole time. My name is
You
David.
don't remember, you guys hired me the night before.
No, but Bronca explains that she can take a. She's a barbarian. She's like, I can take a punch, and I like punching things or hitting things. But she also, I think, she specializes in a javelin.
Okay.
I could be misspeaking for her,
javelin
but
toss.
Thalen,
Okay.
what about you? Wait, Thalen or Thalen?
Thalen.
Thalen, go. Obviously, I hope you know how to use that sword.
Yeah, it's like the one thing I'm good at. Oh, that's not true. I know creatures. Actually, I do know creatures. Got a little bit of magic. I'm not very good at paying attention to things, but that's actually all. That's it.
I think I'm going to say this too. Unless I find something otherwise, I think I am going to be steering away from passive perception. You've all know my it's a very messy rule, anyways. Like when to use it, when you don't,
It is.
and so like
Mhm.
I kind of enjoying getting away from it, just getting back to making rolls. So like,
Yeah.
I might call for it if I feel like it's natural for you guys to be doing it in that moment. But always feel free to call for a perception check and do not rely on passive perception. One last little thing: these squares were supposed to represent 10 feet, and this is like official art.
Mhm.
So I did my best. It's pretty accurate, but you'll notice that when you move, you're not going to be.
Yeah.
It's not going to be perfect, but
That's-
measurements should be close enough for you to do distances to people and stuff. Everything should be very close to the 5 feet for your token size.
And then, what does Kane do? I know he's not here right now, but is he frontline? Is he?
Hits things.
I think he's frontline.
Yeah, he's front nine.
That's
he's
so creepy
more-
that you're not at the camera.
Yep.
Yeah,
You having a
He's,
good poop, Charlie?
yeah. Yeah.
Are you pooping?
Ew.
Don't mind
Oh,
that.
Oh, hey, I forgot. I specialize
mind
in the
that.
great sword and the javelin. I have 2 of these. That's
But
awesome.
no, Kane. Yeah, he's good up front.
So am I. I'm good up front, but I can also provide support. And I mean, my biggest use of my magic, the biggest job that I did with my magic, other than, what's another? It's not destruction. Isn't the word I'm looking for?
Evocation.
No. You know when you like set something on fire to like cleanse it, essentially, to like burn everything down.
Purge.
Purge, I guess, maybe.
Mm,
Whatever. I'll just use destruction.
Purify.
Yeah. I like raise things to the
You
ground.
raise things to the ground. That might be what
Raise.
you're. Yeah,
Burn,
Yeah.
burn things.
Yeah, burn
Raise
things
fire?
essentially. Yeah. I have a propensity for burning things, and then also most of my job in the family is to heal everybody in case anyone gets hurt. So
Would they have noticed during the travelings when the campfire set up? Was Micah a little too enthusiastic about making the fire a little too big, or was she under control?
super. Also, she just like there was no matches or like kit or anything like that. She like built the fire and just like poof, and just like flame gushed from her hand right up, and it just went poof.
So like every night, it's like some campfire is like, oh, it's a bonfire. Cool.
It's a bonfire.
Cool,
It's
cool,
not
cool,
a
cool.
campfire, it's a bonfire.
Yeah.
Fire.
Oh, you know what? I forgot I can switch out spells. Could I have switched out a couple of spells on our travels here?
Yeah.
Because you
You
can
can
switch
switch
out
out,
a spell every long rest. So there's a range.
I will just do one, and I
Um,
will add
and you've
Pass
probably
Without a
noticed that
Trace to my
you-
repertoire.
Nice work.
You've probably noticed that Micah, all of Goliaths all come from different races of giant, and she definitely has the look of a fire giant about her. And from the color of her hair to a like very very dark kind of craggy skin. Sometimes it almost looks like you can see a little bit of a glow in like the back of her eyes.
Very
Interesting.
good at destroying things that need destroying.
Yep.
All right.
And then making you feel better if you get hurt.
I can actually
Leviticus
do that
feels
too. I
like
guess I should
kind of
mention.
he feels more interested in the fact that you are looking like almost like an elemental like him.
Mhm.
I'll take that in a note.
But maybe we should then send some frontliners up front and in the back, and then put the,
Well,
she's gonna kind of slap Leviticus on the back, put this one in the center.
if
that
everyone
hurt.
stays kind of close to me, we can be a little more quiet. So just stay within 30 feet of me.
Okay.
Okay.
You're casting
Uh,
Pass Without a Trace.
I'll
Is
be
that
in
what
the
I'm
back.
hearing?
I will cast pass.
Nice.
Oh. I don't have control of pain.
Oh no.
You know,
You don't have what?
control
Control
of
of
Kane.
pain.
Oh,
He's going wild.
okay.
Let me double check everyone.
There
real
we
Oh,
go.
quick.
I also don't have control.
Let's
You
stand
can
a little-
control. Is there any way you wanna go?
I can see a lot.
Perfect.
Good
Um,
God.
Get in here.
I'm pretty sure Dark Vision still operates the same, disadvantage on perception, and less light source. But Thalen is walking around with that. Let's talk about Pass Without a Trace, because I can't remember the last time we as a group have done it, and I haven't talked about this in a long time.
Plus 10. Just
Plus
know.
10, but the way I the way I describe it, right? Because sometimes it's weird. It's like you're in the middle of a room and you're rolling a plus 10 to stealth. Like, what does that mean? The way I like to look at it is like, as you guys move with Thalen, there's like, it's not a silent spell, but everything's a little bit more muffled, right? And as you move through that space, like shadows get darker as you're moving through. So like there is like, it's almost like you're almost wearing, again, not silence, but like a noise cancellation headphones, like a little pressure in your ears as you're walking through.
Mm,
And we also leave no track.
No track.
nice.
Obviously. It's good.
All right, as you head in, Kane, this vaulted cavern is 40 feet across and 20 feet high in the center. The ground is flat and scuffed with muddy tracks, but not yours. Or won't have. And the walls are marked with initials and names carved into the stone. Tunnels lead deeper into darkness to the east and the south.
What's all these names here? Bunch of names on the wall.
Are they in a certain language? Or are they just in common?
Roll investigation or history checks or wisdom check. There's a lot of different things here to kind of like
Wisdom?
see, yeah. I'm really fine with a lot of stuff here as you kind of like
What kind
what's
of
happening
wisdom?
here. I'm trying insight. Thank you.
Perception and
Yeah.
insight. Okay. Ooh, I got advantage on insight.
I had a nat 1. Do I get inspiration?
You have inspiration.
You actually, yeah, you already have the heroic inspiration. And again, I think I'm still. I know I've gone back and forth. I think I might take away the nat 1 because he literally was able to like, here's 3 heroic inspirations to you guys, right? So like, I think I'm going to steer away from nat 1s and let you guys just hold on to your heroic inspirations.
Okay.
I'll probably change my mind in 5 minutes, but you do have it. But
What is it for
yeah,
this?
yeah. Sorry. What did everyone else roll? Anyone else make
10.
rolls?
A
10,
9.
I got
9?
10.
9.
8.
Okay.
Wow. 7.
Well,
7.
Yep.
they're
I'll run for I'll roll for Bronco.
Nobody knows.
Let's see what Bronco
Alright,
rolls.
let's see.
Does she have? She's like,
No.
I know a lot about the animals. 10 plus like a wisdom, maybe a 12. 12 I do
Love
think is enough to at least make this connection, right? There's a lot of different languages, but you do notice it's very much Jack and Jill, David and Brian. It seems to be a lot of coupled names.
Oh, coupled names.
Very much they carved their initials. You see little hearts in different spots.
Okay. Is there initials that we find that are similar to the people that are missing?
Unfortunately, no one rolled really good on their checks, so no further information is gleamed
Fine.
from the walls of names.
Makes sense.
After
Whatever.
we're notified of that, and they kind of walk on a little bit, can I take a dagger out and like kind of look over, and then carve out the initials C and L?
Ooh.
Mm.
Ooh.
Whose name are you carving on this? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Do you want to do a stealth check?
No.
Does Leviticus want to pretend? Well, no,
Maybe
the stealth
it's-
check is a DC 15. Not putting pressure.
That's true.
You guys can
Maybe it's
define it.
Kane and Luda.
Like,
Well,
does anybody care if he does it and no one knows? And if somebody was like, no, I would like the chance to see it, then I would ask him to do a stealth check.
I think Ludoviticus is like the nosy type, just to,
Okay.
just to poke his nose into it.
So-
Yeah, for sure.
So
DC 15 stealth check.
this is at disadvantage, but at least that plus 10.
It is muffled and
Natural
quieter.
ones. Two-
What?
What is it?
What?
Two natural ones.
So
Like,
what
oh,
happens
boy.
here is you guys are pushing forward, and Thalen, you do go back and you take your dagger and you're starting to like
God damn.
carve in there, and you accidentally catch a crack, right? And a big chunk kind of falls off. And at first, it's very much like, oops, but then you guys watch as the walls like little hairline fractures, and then a
crumble
big
down.
chunk falls off the wall, hits the ground, and there is a loud reverberation throughout the cavern. Just do. But as it goes out, suddenly from the southern branch of these like two options, it comes back at you, but it was loud and exploding. But as it comes back out, it's way, way louder. It is like a dragon roaring of just crashing of
Oh my God.
echoes. It's not a dragon roaring, but the sound is I can't even describe.
Intensifies.
And unfortunately, I am actually going to do something here. So give me 1 second.
Intensifies.
Are you
Yeah, it was
kidding me?
definitely
I was just trying to be
intensified.
Funny.
2 nat ones. I love it. I'm here and it's giving information,
my
but I love
God.
it. Sorry, I know what time it is, so I'm just trying to get this in real quick. I need all of you to make Constitution saving throws for me.
Gladly.
Con saves.
Oh my god, another
Oh,
natural one.
What?
You do have
Everyone needs to get your
inspiration.
dust out. Everyone gets their dice out.
Wow.
Get your dice out.
16.
I'll use inspiration for this.
The
Okay,
DC
I
on this is
rolled-
15.
I rolled
Hold
a
on.
20.
Oh, thank
not
god.
a dirty 20.
30 20.
When you
Let's
fail an ability check.
let's talk about heroic inspiration one more time. And I know it's late, but I'm pretty sure they've said heroic inspiration is not something you can use retroactively. You call for advantage with it before you make your roll. And
Oh, so it's
I
very different.
think, yeah. Let me just look
Is that-
real
okay.
quick. I'm not worried about that for what you guys just. If you have character, you can spend it to re. Oh no, it does say you can expend it to reroll any
Reroll.
die. I wonder
So
when I read
rerolls,
that.
Which means you've already rolled it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that makes totally sense. Okay, never mind. Take back everything I said. I don't know where I got the information from.
So dirty 20.
All right. DC was 15.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
anyone who rolled a 14 or lower, you do take 8 thunder damage.
Thunder?
Thunder damage.
Damn. Whoa.
What can it
And you are
Eight.
deafened
Mm.
Wow.
Mm.
for 10
So
days.
I
No,
will-
for a minute.
10
So it's not
days.
very long, but just like you have ringing in your ears for those who failed and took the 8 thunder
I will
damage.
proceed to
From the
try
echo?
to-
Yeah.
Yep.
From the rampage.
Wow.
try to throw
Wow,
the
Thalen.
dagger out of the
Can you-
cage
Nice
behind my
going.
back.
Sorry. What are you saying, Thalen? I hear you trying to
said
do
I'm-
something.
I'm gonna try to throw the dagger like behind my back. out of
Ain't
the
no
cage.
way. Ain't no
Everyone
way.
saw that, unfortunately. It was so
Everyone
obvious.
saw it. Yeah, I knew
Like,
that
it was the
one.
whole comedic, like, the dagger's
doing it
in, and everyone
anyway.
watches the
I'm doing it
hairline
anyway.
fractures go up from where, like, what's happening?
Oh, who could have done that?
And Ludovico,
Huh.
Ludoviticus, did you fail your check?
I got. Oh, hold on. 11. What was I looking up? 11
It was a total of 15.
plus.
Con save.
Oh, yeah. No. 16. Sorry.
All right, excuse me.
No,
I was
okay.
gonna play up the idea that you were definitely like, way to go, Thalen! Like accidentally talking too loud. Nah. That happens. You guys see patches going to the east, and something from the south had amplified the crashing sound to even greater things from the south. And I say we end it there because it's 11:37.
Well, that was
I
interesting.
gotta get to
Hey,
sleep, guys. I
Yeah.
have an
we
8 a.m.
know
meeting
what's-
tomorrow.
We know something.
Thank you for managing, Lindsay. Thank you
Yeah, of course.
all. Everyone, good night.
This is awesome. I'm
Yeah.
so excited for this
Yeah.
little adventure,
Yeah.
guys.
Yes.
Good night.
Good night. Good night. Good night. Good
Have a
night.
good night.
Good night, guys.
What?